It's it's thug football and its finest there, Marshall. Did you learn something tonight?
Yeah, these guys sound like the guy at 7-Eleven in front of Oakland, right?
I hope you learned something tonight about football, brother. That's what
Yeah.
I say. Yes, it's a thug life. It sure is. All right, it is barbecue time in Kansas City, baby, and we are live. All right. Let me see if I'm here. Yeah, it's barbecue time in KC tonight, and they are celebrating. You can never count that team out, Marshall. That should be
Yep.
your lesson from tonight, okay? And that's your lesson from tonight. All right, let me see if that's it. I'm probably on the wrong. Let me see, am I on the wrong thing? Yeah, here I am, 24. Woo! Hey, Princess Tanya, how are you? Welcome aboard. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up if you're coming in. Fireworks all over Kansas City tonight. Hello, Jen. There goes Marshall pulling away after the epic, very amusing, very fun Super Bowl tonight. Nice to see everybody. Glad that's working. The Chiefs. There you go, Nocturnal. Marshall, are you going to make a post game statement? Huh?
No, I'm not into football.
You just watched the whole game.
I don't like football.
You dope. You just watched a whole football game here.
I don't care
Right?
about it.
Uh-huh. Yes, you did. You just watched it. Oh my God.
I'll make a post game statement.
All right. Don't say anything nasty.
No.
You know. Come on. You can give your post game.
Okay, I will. I'll give my post game analysis. I'll give you that.
Well, hey Nellen, how you doing, babe? Hello, Charlotte. Well, let me say number one, was it an enjoyable Super Bowl? Yes, it was. Was it a Super Bowl of comeback? Yes, it was. And when you have a offensive team, I shouldn't be buffering. Just refresh your connection. Hello, D. I got man left once and came back to the action. You got to stick with the game. And I had thought my heart was with the Chiefs, but I thought that the Niners would win. But the Chiefs certainly proved they had the guts to win tonight. Hello, Matthew Smith. And now there's fireworks popping in all directions tonight. Kansas City RV Fat Cat says, "Yay, KC." Elvis would complain about the KC ribs. Hello, Nature Woman. I thought I would go live a little bit. I haven't been live today. If you are buffering, just refresh your connection on here, and it should be you should be good. I'm trying to get this thing set up here. Still trying to work a few things. Yeah, I really enjoyed. I think my cam looks pretty good. Let me see. Let me see it on your side. It looks pretty good to me. I don't know. I think it looks okay. I think the cam is okay on my side here. I'm looking at it. It ain't going to get any better over here. I can tell you. What quarterback played for both the 49ers and Kansas City? I don't know, but I'll bet that they're going crazy in Kansas City. I'm waiting for Missy, AKA, to show up. Missy Jen is glued to the ceiling. She's so happy here. She's such a diehard Chiefs fan. She's so happy.
Floating on cloud
She's
seven.
floating on cloud nine over there.
This was the best Super Bowl I've ever seen.
There it is. There's
A
a
well-deserved.
well-deserved win for the
Win for
Kansas
the
City
Chiefs.
Chiefs. It's nice to see sharing the wealth. I mean, 49ers, I don't know what they've won it 5 times or something like that. And Patriots have won it like 6 times, and the Steelers 4 times. So it's nice to see. It's first time in 50 years.
Yeah, they deserve to have it.
50, huh?
And they worked
Yeah,
hard.
Joe Montana. Yeah, so Joe Montana, one of our local board. So hope everybody enjoyed the game. I haven't been live since last night. Hello, Charlotte. Thank you for sending that to me today. I appreciated getting that. So Missouri won the Stanley Cup. Now the Super Bowl, going to clinch the World Series too. I keep missing you, Donna. Sorry about that. Y.A. Tittle. I guess that could be I guess that could be the answer on that. Oh, I go all the way back. Yeah. Yeah, whatever, David Stone. I can see you're a very cheerful. You're a very cheerful winner here tonight. Patriots 6-time Super Bowl champs. There we go. Yeah, I think the picture should be clear. Yeah, Marshall's coming in to share his post game. Now, I thoroughly enjoyed the game. I have to say the halftime entertainment, Shakira and J Lo. I swear to God, it was like watching down in Mexico in Tijuana at the strip bar. There were more chicks on poles and things. There was more butt shaking. There was more, sexual innuendo in that show than you can shake a stick at. That was pretty wild. That was a pretty wild show. Hello, Ilva. If I'm not frozen here. All you have to do is refresh your connection. I don't have freezes on here anymore. I have beaten the jinx of Streamlabs, so I'm very happy. Yeah, I thought it did. It reminded me of a strip club in Mexico. Watching that reminded me of being at the Hong Kong club. There were more heinies shaking around on that stage than you could shake a stick at. Yeah, Shakira can dance. Yes, she could. 3/4 of it was in Spanish. Yeah, but I guess it was pretty good. You like the halftime show? I think the reviews. I'm not missing you, Donna White. This is the second time I'm saying hi to you now. Well, let's see. Dee said, "Well, being born and raised in Kansas, I guess I'm just I'm happy for the Chiefs." Hi, Serena. I'm going to get Marshall's coach. The coach's post-game analysis here after this should be good. Hello, Penny Pincher. Nice to see you. I haven't had
Done watching the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Your new champions of the world.
On the big side of town in Kansas City.
Now, I don't really think that much of Kansas City. I've been there before.
Hi, Forever Fred. Hi, Penny Pincher.
I've been to Arthur Bryan's Barbecue, which was decent. But I wasn't impressed when I passed through the city of Kansas City. But it was an interesting Super Bowl.
Hey,
I wasn't impressed by the halftime show. I'm not a fan of Shakira or J-Lo. The commercials that they had were mostly automotive commercials. None of them were good. Besides the kid running the football. What was that one? Where he's running the football?
Oh, I don't know. My favorite was the Google one with the guy talking about all the memories of his wife that were all stored on Google.
I saw in the faces of the Kansas City Chiefs. I saw fear in their face, and they were nervous. But their intensity level was higher than the 49ers. One of the guys batted down the passes of the quarterback 2 times. Quarterback was intercepted. They put a lot of the intensity, the defensive intensity of the Kansas City Chiefs was higher than the 49ers. They were hungrier. They worked harder to win. And, I just think that, in 50 years, they hadn't won it. So, I don't know. All the ingredients came together for them to win. I think the quarterback... who's the MVP of the Super Bowl?
I don't know who it ended up being. It was a really hard call because I would have thought that maybe the defenses would have gotten a call for the... But
right.
It's hard to give that. But for me, I have very torn loyalties. My number one being born and raised in Baltimore. You always root for them. And of course, they went out in the second round of the playoffs because even though Lamar Jackson won the MVP, which was rightly deserved, and John Harbaugh won Coach of the Year. They'll be back next year. There'll be more season. Let me just finish my take on things. And I do live in the Bay Area, so I have some loyalty to the 49ers. But I also love Kansas City. I love the city of Kansas City. It's one of my favorite cities in the U.S. And I just like the spirit when you go there. It's so different from St. Louis. It's awesome, awesome, awesome. So, how you doing? I did not have anybody over to the Super Bowl. How you doing, Johnny Watt? Good evening, Lois. We did. No, Donna White. This is the fourth time that I've said hi to you now. Okay. Okay. I'm not missing anything. And Donna White, why would I be mad at you? Do you have a reason that I would be? Is there something that you want to tell me? Is there something that I should know? Yeah, Serena says, 1, 2, when the horse shook its head. Well, I thought the one with the bounty cleaner upper when the chili hit the fan was pretty funny. That was
right.
That was pretty hilarious. But I thought the one with Take Care Forever, friend. I thought the one with the Google where the guy had all the memories of his wife on there was really well done. Otherwise, I thought the commercials, even the car commercials, were very dark. You know, the Kia and some of the other, they were very, it just seemed to be very sort of down things. Yeah, Sean said, all I saw was ass shaking. Boy, I tell you what, it reminded me, and I told Missy Jen while halftime show was going on, I thought I was back at the Tijuana strip club when that show was going on.
Rosie, I just have one question for you about the Super Bowl.
They got some crazy little women there, and I'm gonna get me some. Do 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 do. I'm going to Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. Wilbur Harrison's great tune.
So I just had one question for you about the Super Bowl because you're the football.
What did you think about my refereeing tonight? Was it spot on?
It was good, yeah.
Huh? It was remarkable.
Let me ask you this: This is a kind of a two-part question.
How are you do?
What can Kansas?
Thank you, D. I appreciate that.
This is like a two-part question. What can Kansas City do, the Chiefs, to say be a better team or win the Super Bowl again, or where they could have had a better game? And why did the 49ers not win?
I think that the 49ers is a whole new team for them this year. I think that they had great success with their running game all year and their defense.
Right.
And in the first half, they had the Chiefs so scrambled up on offense that they took the Chiefs totally out of their game. And in the second half of the game, the Chiefs were flying by the seat of their pants, but it was paying off. And they started to get a little bit of pressure on Garoppolo. And that little bit of pressure resulted in some close calls, some close play. Obviously, that pass interference in the end zone where the 49er defender wasn't even looking back at the ball. He was just at the ball. He was totally on top of the receiver. So
the defense made some critical mistakes.
Yeah, they made some. Hey, Ghost player, they made some critical mistakes in my opinion. But you know what? The Niners are going to be back next year. They're probably going to be right back in the Super Bowl again. They're an outstanding team. They got a great quarterback, and they've got an excellent defense. What can Kansas City do better? I think they'll do better naturally because of the experience of having been to the Super Bowl once and being winners.
Really? I think that the offense of San Francisco was weak.
Yeah, abandoning the run, right.
The problem with San Francisco, their defense was good, but the offense was bad, right? The offense was not doing a good job, right? Don't you think?
Like I say, in the last quarter, the Chiefs ended up taking the 49ers out of their game. They pulled away from the running game. And I don't really think Garoppolo's the best run and gun quarterback. He really can't run with the ball at all, and if he can't throw it, he's going to go down with the ship. But don't you think the call on Kittle at the end of the first half was ridiculous? The pushing off on the offensive receiver, kind of pushing stiff arming back against the. I don't know whether it was the safety covering him or deep safety or something, but. Yeah, you feel bad for losing fans. How you doing, Brandon? Here's Missy Jen still having her Kansas City light show celebration.
Yeah.
She's always a Kansas City girl at heart. When she moved here, we the first thing we saw after she moved here September, October was the Kansas City Royals winning the World Series and Missy Jen going nuts.
I got
nuts
the shirt
over here.
especially for that. Okay.
Hey Amy, how you doing?
So
No,
what-
it's fine, Lindsay. I
what-
didn't really, my number one team is, of course, the Ravens, but I enjoy the 49ers because I do live in the area. And I had a rooting interest in the Oakland Raiders until they left town.
What do the 49ers and Ravens, what do they need to do to win
Thank
the Super
you,
Bowl?
Donna.
To get to be on the
What do the
level
49ers need to do?
And
to
the
win
Ravens,
Super
since you
Bowl?
like both of them,
I
what do
think
they
the
need to do?
Ravens needed, Lamar Jackson was only 22. He got rattled early on when a ball was tipped and it was intercepted.
He
It
lost.
totally blew his
What do the
mind.
49ers need to do to get over the hump offensively or defensively to win to beat?
Don't get taken out of their game. Stick with their strong game.
The running game?
Running game was very strong, and they
Not
were
the
forced
passing
to
game.
go to
No.
the.
passing
You can
game.
see they were ripping off big runs and stuff in the first half and doing that.
Their game isn't the throwing game,
Yeah.
passing game, right? So that's a key thing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just spoke with God on side for side to Marshall to unblock walk. Yeah. Let me do. You gotta unblock whiskey. How do you?
So the passing game of the quarterback of the Chiefs, would you say that is he a passing game or is he a running game? The quarterback of the Chiefs. Was he? What do you think?
I don't know. I didn't really think he was that effective until the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter.
game,
To be
yeah.
honest with you, he looked to be jittery the first
Jittery, yeah.
half, and it's kind of understandable to it's kind of understandable to see that. But the defense wins Super Bowls, so. Some guy tonight at party was talking about San Rosen. How many players came from there? Yeah, there's a lot of them. Bob St. Clair, there's a Hall of Famer around here, and this is where the Oakland Raiders and the 49ers had their training camps up here for many years in Santa
Yeah.
Rosa. Would be. What was it? What was with it? Did you bet your shirt with? Looks like that. I'm not sure, Lindsay. What was it? Big Ben Roethlisberger was still the youngest QB to win a Super Bowl. Was it that you bet your shirt with? Looks like they went. I don't know.
So
How you doing, Whiskey?
so-
I took a day off from the build today. It was cold. Rory's like, I watched Breaking Bad instead.
So Rosie, what you're
instead
saying
of the
because
Super Bowl.
what you're saying, if a team has a running game, that the running backs are more important than the quarterback.
Well,
'Cause all the quarterback does is-
I'm no football expert, Marshall. Okay, I've been watching football for
Yeah.
55 years or whatever, and I
Yeah.
can tell you that being able to have a good offensive line is going to open some holes and some people that can
Catch the
lock
ball.
up the corners
Yeah.
so that you can do a sweep and go down the sidelines, all
Right.
that stuff. Yeah, the pass interference was the turning point. I just thought it was a shame. That defender for the 49ers, big mistake was he didn't even have his back turned to even look at the ball. He was just concentrated on totally shielding and being on top of the Kansas City Chiefs receiver. And obviously a pass interference. There's the Godfather. Yeah. Certified BB, unblocked walk, Marshall.
All right. Well, I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it. So,
Well, what did you think? You're not much of a.
you
You don't watch football too often.
I
What
don't
did you
watch
think?
it. I do. I don't like baseball, but I could watch football. And I think Rosie. Rosie, football pretty good.
I can certainly spot the penalties when I see him and what's going to get a flag.
I don't think the Chiefs quarterback has the heart of this quarterback of the Ravens, right? You said he was pretty scared to run into the defense, right?
The Niners got a great defense. I mean, they're going to be coming at the pressure that they put on the pressure that they put on Mahomes was unbelievable. In that
Unbelievable,
game. He
yeah.
was always under pressure. Okay.
Right.
And he's not the kind of person like Tom Brady to just dump it off to a tight end and for 10, 15-yard gain. I mean, he really can't run the ball too well. I didn't like the fact that he didn't push for the extra yards. He would slide on the ground instead of taking the hit that late in the game where you needed that critical yardage to get a first down. And he's sliding in instead of just putting his shoulder down, going forward and taking the hit. Yeah, you know. That kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you'll see Dallas in the Super Bowl. I think you'll see Dallas. Lois says, in my younger days, I dated players, but not much on watching. I've been watching football for about 50, 55 years. So, no, I'm not crazy, Sean. I said that he was very weak in the first half, and he also is not a very good runner, and he's not willing to sell out a little bit to go the extra yards. Okay. And I'll debate anybody on that.
So for the record, your favorite team of all time is the Ravens?
Mahomes handles pressure better than a 40 quarterback. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. It wasn't until the last 10 minutes that Garoppolo was under any kind of pressure today at all. Okay, so mistakes he made were really and truly of his own. Yeah, he's a Super Bowl champ, Sean, but it doesn't mean that we can't discuss the game, okay? So, armchair quarterback, and that's what we love to do here. Let's see, Bully said Green Bay Packers. I didn't even think that the Packers were on the same level as the teams that competed in the Super Bowl this year. They were just, Yeah, Mahomes is the reason KC is in there. I think their defense had something to do with that too. They were pretty stellar. They rose to the occasion at the end, and they have a pretty good secondary against the pass too, as they showed tonight. So, in my opinion, my take on the game. I'm certainly no expert on it, but that's the way that I saw the game. Both teams could have sharpened up a little bit. There weren't a lot of penalties called. There was a lot of offsides, infractions, stupid penalties, delay of game, offsides, and all that. So,
overall, would you say the 49ers are still a better team than the Chiefs, even though that they lost?
Robert Wilbur said, Rosie, do you think the NBA should change the Jerry logo, West logo with Kobe Bryant? No, I don't think so. Robert Wilbur, Brandon, they should probably put both of them together. 20-10 with 9 minutes left. Are you kidding me? I don't know what the question is that we think you're kidding you about, but yeah, I just didn't do the job, Janet. The last quarter, Garoppolo folded under pressure. Okay.
So would you say who was
once
the
he
better
gets
quarterback?
squeezed in the pocket, there was never any run. There was never any ability to make a good play out of a bad play. So
Don't you think his offensive linemen for Garoppolo didn't do their job to protect him?
I think by the end they were tired. You know, I think by the end that they were tired. But I'm happy that I'm happy for the Chiefs. It's nice to spread the Super Bowl trophies around.
Who was the better quarterback? Who deserved to be MVP? Than the Chiefs quarterback? Or who are they going to make MVP for the Super Bowl? Does anybody know?
I don't know. I guess I would have made the defense the MVP for because by the last quarter, the KC defense was really stepping up.
They intensified it. Yeah.
They intensified a lot. No, I didn't bet on the game, Tim. I didn't bet on the game, but I did enjoy watching the game. I did enjoy it. Yeah. Again, here, Trump ordered Kansas City win. How you doing, Lee? I mean, it's kind of nice, don't you think, when the Super Bowl wealth is spread around to some other cities? Like, how many years did it take for the Philadelphia Eagles to finally win a Super Bowl? Crazy. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that's right, Johnny West. The Niners stopped playing when they went up by 10. Yeah.
What did Janet say?
6:18 left. Of Niners ran the ball once in the drive, 3 and out. Yeah, they kind of, most teams will get desperate and resort to throwing the ball at the end, and that's usually their downfall. If you get out of your game.
The defense destroyed the offensive game of the 49ers. They weren't able to run the ball. They were forced to throw the ball. They destroyed the offense. It came down to the defense.
No, I don't know who the MVP. There was no clear standout tonight of anybody that played excellently in the game to me. You know, do you think anybody? I don't even know who the MVP was. It's so easy to turn around,
won the
and
MVP,
it's
Jeff?
so easy to turn
The guy
around.
with the nice hair.
It's so easy to just turn around and award that to the
Who won the MVP?
award it to the quarterback all the time. But
Who won the MVP, Jim?
I don't know. I don't know who won the MVP. I didn't stick around to see. Yeah, Andy Reid's been around forever, right? Andy Reid. Yeah, thank you, Terry Bradshaw there. Terry Bradshaw was kind of befuddled when the analyst asked. He forgot to pick up his microphone. when they when they
I forgot
asked,
my microphone.
when they asked him questions. Okay, Mahomes was the
What about the referee that was doing the coin tosses? You see how he was?
That's right, Janet. They could run. They just chose to pass. So they're the team that got pulled out of their game today.
Yeah.
So, okay, Mahomes was the MVP.
Why didn't
Okay.
they run the football, Rosie? Why didn't the 49ers keep on running the football?
Well, I think that's the big question. I think that
Well,
they, the problem is, in my opinion, and I
could've kept
I
on
only
running the
watch a
football,
little
doing
bit
what
of
they do.
football. I listen to football all year. I read
Yeah.
about it. I watch the highlights. It only seems to me that if you run into a little bit of resistance with your traditional strength, let's say you're a running team,
Right.
and then in the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, you start to run into a little problem with your running game. In other words, the Chiefs start to adjust to your running game and they start to defend that really well.
Right.
Okay? A lot of teams will just automatically cut over to a passing game, instead of continuing to
Work the running
throw
game.
some running game exactly into it, and it kind of takes
And
it
that's a
out.
critical mistake, yeah.
Let's see. Dee said, "Do you ever think I'll see the Lions in the Super Bowl in my lifetime?" That's a good question. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Lions will ever see a Super Bowl victory? Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to win. Kansas City's a good team. The Niners are a great team. I wouldn't be. Hey, Cajun Kev, I wouldn't be surprised to see both of those teams back in.
If they would have continued
next
the
year.
running game, would they have won, Rosie?
Yeah,
Or
the
Garoppolo?
Niners were kind of holding back, and I thought the first half of I thought that the Chiefs were stuttering, and then the second half, I thought the Niners, going into the fourth quarter, just totally changed up their game. Well, the ball, because they were averaging 10 yards, yeah, they were, and then they stopped running it. Yeah. Now let the media cover what's important. Yeah, the coronavirus. It's a pandemic. But I've said yesterday, to me, our garden variety influenza here has already killed 10,000 people in America. It just doesn't get the headlines. So we've already had 3 million cases of influenza. So Lions will never make the playoffs. Yeah, go Chiefs. We're a comeback team.
The 49ers offense was
Well,
running.
how many times did the Chiefs come back? I mean, we said in the fourth quarter, never count out the Chiefs. They were down with 6 minutes to go, and then they got that big critical pass interference call at the right in the end zone, and it put the ball right on the 1 yard line.
The 49ers offense was running good in the first half.
Yes.
It was running like a smooth machine.
Yes, and right through the third quarter.
Yeah, and then what happened? Why did they? I don't know.
They made an adjustment.
They made an adjustment, and then that's what was critical.
And then there was a couple bad calls, I think, that got the Niners the
pass interference, right?
Yeah, when their wide receiver was pushing off of the defender, and they called that one back. Isn't that right, Johnny Watt? What wasn't that what they said, Johnny Watt, in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, to reduce the surplus population or whatever? was the whole thing that Jacob Marley used to talk about with Ebenezer Scrooge was, it's good to have poor, and it's good. It helps reduce the surplus population. So, yeah, it was an exciting game. I really, really enjoyed this Super Bowl. The 49er fan base was almost non-existent. Well, it's a long way to go for a 49ers fan but I heard quite a few 49ers cheering out there. But I think you enjoyed the game.
Yeah, I think it was a good game. It was a good game.
Yeah, the defender did not look for the ball, so he got 15 yards. He got worse than that. He got the ball spotted at half the distance to the goal line at the point of infraction, and Chiefs ended up with the ball on like the 1.5 yard line or whatever. And man, that's fatal because you know they're going to punch it in for 7
Who,
points.
who do you
at
think
that
is the
point.
better quarterback, though? Garoppolo or Mahoney? Who's the better quarterback?
Man, that's a tough call for me. That's a tough call.
What would you say,
That's
Roger?
really a tough call. Wow. I guess I'd have to go because of his young age of 24 years. They're both relatively young.
Yeah.
I guess I would. I don't know. You know, it's more of the sum of what Mahomes has around him playing, whereas Garoppolo, I think, has the ability to carry a team. I don't know, Marshall. That's a really tough question. I don't think it's a coin toss to me. They're both very good, both very good quarterbacks. The
Yeah.
Little Rockham Hawks will make the Super Bowl. Mahomes, yeah, that's it. They're totally diff. Halftime cult rituals. Well, I thought it was like the
Tijuana Club?
Tijuana Club out there. Yeah, it was like a Tijuana
Hong
Kong Club
Hong
halftime
Kong.
show. Exactly. Marshall ring name in wrestling is the Bruiser, huh? Already am Red Bull. Mahomes is the new face of the NFL. Well, I think Mahomes, Lamar Jackson won the MVP today. That was a big thing, right? John Harbaugh won Coach of the Year for the Ravens, so they'll both be back big time next year. So, what did you think, Jan? You liked the game?
I've been watching Super Bowl 6 years now.
With us, right?
Right. I never watched that before. And this was the best game I've ever seen.
Shoot.
My whole 6 years of watching Super Bowl. Woo!
Well, I'm going to tell you, Jen. You were like not even born yet when I was watching the Baltimore Colts beat the Dallas Cowboys in 1969 on the Jim O'Brien field goal at the last minute, I believe.
It's on the edge
That's
of
how
my
long
seat.
ago I remember watching Super Bowls.
Which
And
one
then
was
the
best?
year before
Which one
with
was the
Broadway
best?
Joe Namath, and they made a big deal about that when the Jets beat the Colts. But what they neglect to tell you is that Johnny Unitas wasn't even the quarterback for the first 3 quarters of the game, you know, because of his rib injury, right? What was the Missy says wrong answer? Congratulations, Missy. Well, I said my heart was with the Kansas City Chiefs, but I thought that the 49ers would win.
And the
So
49ers played a solid game.
Yeah.
And
you got to give credit to the
I give
Chiefs. We
credit
can't.
to them.
You can't say
but
you
for
can't
me,
say
it's
like
a
the
team that
Niners.
for me, it is like a team that 50 years not won any Super Bowl. Finally won after 50 years of Super Bowl. They deserved it and they played a great game.
Yeah, they
And
played.
they had
That's
this
why I
one
say I
player,
can't
he
take
had this
anything
really
away.
gorgeous smile and this really beautiful hair.
Marshall's like they're gonna wipe the smile off of
And
this.
I love this guy, Humbers.
Yeah, that quarterback for Kansas City.
Yes, Memorial Stadium.
Had this
Ruby
beautiful
Buff.
smile on his
And
He
as
face.
soon as
was a pretty
in
boy. He had a face.
desperation,
I wonder-
And just,
in desperation in the '68 Super Bowl, they brought Johnny Unitas in, even with his busted up ribs, and within
So
a
I
matter of
say-
a couple minutes, he threw a touchdown pass.
So I say congratulations and kudos to the 49ers. They have played a great game. And but I am just giving this one. I wanted this one for
Yeah,
the Chiefs.
Missy and Casey said, Missy Jen, Kansas City's crazy right now. It sounds like the 4th of July.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm happy they
Yeah,
got it.
Missy Jen is really, really, really happy. She's a diehard
I'm all hopped up like
KC
I
fans.
had a pot of coffee or something. And next year the 49ers can try again and then win it next
Well, it's
year.
always next year, right?
It's well deserved this year for the
You never know
Chiefs.
what's going to happen. Injuries.
Right.
You saw some big bell ringing hits tonight on some of these players.
Yeah.
I mean, Garoppolo
Mahoney,
took a big hit. They were
Garoppolo
coming
got-
down right on
So
top. He was
congratulations to Big Red.
yeah, and
Well done.
Mahomes was under pressure all the first three.
Yeah.
The whole game he was under pressure. You know.
I mean,
he
Big
was-
Red kept his cool all through the game and just stood there on the sideline, very cool and very behaved.
Yeah,
I think-
JN said Shakira is an awesome person. Admire her and what she does. She was really into it. It was a very risque, you know. I mean, she's very talented, and but they said she does a lot for a lot of goodwill stuff.
She
for
was in
people.
good. That's
Well, that's
funny.
good. I like to hear that. You know,
Yeah,
and you
she
got to
does
remember
it.
J Lo is 50 years old, so you know.
Shakira looked like a Tijuana streetwalker, man.
Yeah, but you got to remember a lot of children watch the show, and
Yeah, congratulations to the
I didn't know if that
49ers for
was
being
really
the
appropriate.
NFC
but
champions.
then maybe I'm
for
just getting too
2019.
prude.
They
or
went
something,
further than the
but-
Ravens went, so.
But I mean, you know, I just am happy. It was a good
Ro-
Super Bowl.
Rosie, what was the greatest?
Let me ask Missy something. Missy, aka, honey, were you getting a little nervous at the end of the third quarter there? Were you getting a little nervous? Missy. Yeah, Rick Root says the 49ers are moving to Vegas next year. Nah,
I mean,
I
Ric
don't
Flair
think so.
was there. Ric Flair was
Ric
there.
Flair.
And Ric Flair was firing on the
He
Chiefs.
said it's Kansas
Woo!
City, man. The
Yeah,
big,
he was
it's like the big
Kansas
side of
City,
town in
baby.
I
Kansas.
wonder
That's
who
right.
he was for, though.
Ric Flair
Flying,
was for
riding,
Kansas
limousine
City, man.
riding. Yeah,
Did
baby.
you see him in the
He had the
seats up there?
red jacket on,
He
baby.
had the red jacket for Kansas
Yeah,
City.
He had the
Kansas
red
City
jacket, yeah.
For the big
yeah.
side of the street.
Yeah, he was on the big side of town, baby.
Was he on TV?
Where the big houses are. Yeah, he was on TV twice. You went and made your coffee and he was on again.
I thought the commercials were. I didn't think much of the commercials.
One was good where the big guy came in and then he said, "Oh, I can be a home run." He took his shoes off and then he ripped his big arms off and took this big chest off and he was
I don't know,
just
the
a
commercials
skinny
were
guy.
so
It was
dark,
funny.
you know. I mean, it was like cars in ghettos and kids making it out of the ghetto and things. I like the one that Google did with all the memories. The husband recalling his wife's favorite flowers and her favorite.
That's bad.
That was very
That's
well
bad.
done.
That's very bad.
That was
because
very well
You don't
done.
want Google to know more than you do know about your own life.
Yeah.
So, Rosie, if you could rate the defense, just the defense of the 49ers and the Chiefs between 1 and 10, 10 being the best, what would you rate them?
I would rate the 49ers defense like an 8,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because they have excellent defense.
Right.
Let's face it, if that guy had been a little more careful about, if he had just turned and looked for the ball instead of being all in the receiver's face, and he
yeah.
would never gotten that penalty, okay?
Right.
It's always going to be that marginal penalty that kills you in a
That
game
kills you
like
in
a
the game.
Super Bowl because both teams perform at a very high level. It's like in the first half when Kittle caught the ball, but he was was he pushing off of the defender or not? They ruled it offensive pass interference and they took away the ball
Yeah.
from. And I would rate Kansas City probably a 7 on defense, but
On
I would
defense.
give them a solid 9 in the fourth quarter. They really stepped up. Once Garoppolo started to have to throw the ball,
They
they really took advantage of. They were tipping the ball. How many
Tipping the
times
ball.
did that defensive?
They
I don't
pretty
know
much
whether it
they
was
pretty
a
much
tackle
sacked
or
him. They had to throw it away.
you know, the guard was getting his hand up in the air and tipping the ball
Yeah,
on that. So, you like the Bill Murray? I thought that was pretty funny. The Groundhog Day again.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see. Jay and they fell apart and we turned. That's right. Well, I think we were talking here. Yeah, the refs let them play. I think we were talking here about you can never count Kansas City out in the fourth quarter, even with 6 minutes to go. And they got that pass interference call. They were down 20-10 at that point, and that just turned the tide of the game for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, when the pocket collapsed, 49 let Mahomes get out of the pocket too often. So I can tell you the 49ers will definitely be back next year for sure. They will be probably
in the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them back again next year. They have a ton of talent.
I don't think they have what it takes.
Of course, I watched the game, Greg. I've watched.
They don't have a passing game.
I've watched Super Bowl since 1960, probably 1965.
They don't have a passing game like the Patriots, like Brady, right?
Did you watch it, Greg? Did you actually watch the game?
I don't think the 49ers will be in the Super Bowl. They don't have a passing game. They have no passing game. All they have is that running game. Without the running game, they have
were
no
throwing
offense.
the ball pretty effectively for a while there.
For a while, yeah.
But it catches up with you if you have a good secondary like the Chiefs have. Then it kind of catches up.
The defense, yeah.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs will be they'll be all sticking together next year. So I think that they'll be back. They'll definitely be back. And teams adjust. You never know. Like I say, injuries.
No.
You never know what'll happen.
The way the Chiefs were playing defense, I don't think anybody can beat them. They can win the Super Bowl again. If they play that kind of defense on what's his name?
I watch.
Jackson.
I don't think you watch all games, Greg. I don't believe that.
Can the Chiefs beat the Ravens, Rosen? Can the Chiefs?
And who really cares? I only analyzed the Super Bowl that I watched. It was not germane what else happened before it.
Can the Chiefs beat
it's
the
saying
Ravens?
that I can't know who's gonna. I can't have a bet on the presidency because I didn't watch every presidential campaign up until now.
Can the Chiefs beat the Ravens the way they played tonight? Can they?
Well,
beat
the
them?
Ravens just barely lost to the Chiefs this year. I think that they would play a good game with them. Toss a coin as to who would win next time they meet. It's hard to say, in my opinion. It's hard to say. Yeah, Kim's. What was it funny, Kim? What was it? What was you said, Kim? Like when the Patriots were done, Kim's like, "Well, burn your seat for the." Yeah, two good teams played today.
Yeah.
Two good teams played today, exactly, and I congratulate both of those teams. It's not easy to get there, but I laugh so hard when Kim is a real Patriots fan, but Kim, I got to tell you, you're greedy, honey. You got enough silver up there in the trophy case up in Gillette Stadium or whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, Kim is sweet. She was funny. She was absolutely. She was so cute. What's with his? I guess because we were watching it tonight. I guess because we were watching it.
You said the 49ers had the best defense in the
NFL,
NFL, but tonight the Kansas City had a better defense.
There were, let's face it,
They were monsters.
Let's
in that fourth quarter.
What cost the Niners? Okay, there was two bad calls that went against the Niners. There was an offensive pass interference call,
right,
and there was also a defensive pass interference call. Both of those resulted in a 14-point swing. 7 points that they didn't get, and 7 points that they gave up.
I don't know. Well, they had
There
the
was
defense.
14 points.
Yeah.
There was 14 points right there that swung.
What
out.
was the other call?
Oh, thank you, Norma Stitz. There we go.
What was the other one, Rosie? I know there was one where the guy
Hey, how you doing, Bubba Bug?
One of them was pass interference on the defense.
Yeah.
And the other one, I don't know what the other one was.
The other one, it wasn't a bad call. It was an unfortunate call. The second one was defensive pass interference, right? Remember the Chiefs receiver went deep and 49ers
That was the second
player.
one.
Yeah, that
What
was
was
the
the first
first
one
one was in the first half.
Oh, okay.
Where I think it was the end for the Niners went down and he had his arm behind him to sort of stiff arm the defender, and it appeared like he pushed off of him, and it resulted in an interference call there. So
Right.
I thought the halftime show I thought they. I'm not being pissy, Greg. You don't know what I watch or listen to during the year. You don't know how well versed I am in football. I picked the 49ers to win, actually.
Yeah, that
So
was your pick. I was
Yep.
gonna say you said they were gonna
that
win.
was my. I was looking good for till the fourth quarter. I said 28-10, and it was 20-10 going into the
Yeah.
with 7 minutes to play or whatever. So it was actually looking pretty good. The refs won the game for the Chiefs. The game was just, I don't think so. I think the Chiefs played. I think the Chiefs
Their
played well.
defense was incredible. Man,
Yeah.
they did a heck of a job on the defense.
Yeah. So as I said, like Missy said, my heart was with Kansas City, but my betting was with the 49ers. Yeah, it was a great game until 6:18 left in the game. That was it. It was. And then it was a bad game.
So if you could rank the best defense in the NFL, who are they, Rosen? Who's got the best defense?
Well,
You
I
see-
mean, I don't know. I mean, some of the teams that got to the finals, the Ravens
Titans.
got a great defense, the Titans got a great defense, the 49ers got a great defense. I'd rate all those defenses superior to Kansas
notch.
City, but Kansas City's probably gets the offensive edge. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Dave. KC is just a great offense, exactly. Uh, yeah, it was a great game all around. Look, I've seen some really crappy Super Bowls where it's over in 10 minutes.
Really?
It's like 28-0.
20.
And you can see them sweating bullets at the network. Like, how are we going to keep people in the game? Well, they can come back from 28-0. They
Nielsen
can't come
ratings,
back,
yeah.
you know. They can't come back. Let's see. New England. Oh, well, he was watching tonight. He was glued into the game. Yeah, they do have a decent defense. You have to say that. Once they pushed, this is just my opinion now. Once they pushed San Francisco out of their game plan
their
in the
game
last
plan.
7 minutes,
They were in trouble.
then the defense just brutalized the 49ers. They brutalized.
Yeah.
Garoppolo was.
He didn't know where to go.
He's not a runner with the ball, and he'd be snuffed in the pocket back there. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that, Janet. I know. How you doing, Juju B? Nice to see you.
I think what excites me more about the game of football is the defense. When they turn up the heat on the defense, man, the quarterback doesn't know what to do.
I agree,
whole
Lindsay.
offense.
But I remember still the worst thing I ever saw in a Super Bowl. Here was, I can't remember who the Seattle Seahawks were playing. Was it the Patriots? I don't know who they had.
Yeah.
Who were they playing? The Patriots? And it's like 1 yard to touchdown, and they've got Marshawn Lynch, the greatest running back on planet Earth. All they have to do is give it. All that
Give him the
Russell
ball.
Wilson has to do is give this guy the ball, and the game's over. And he friggin' passes the ball and gets intercepted inside the goal line.
Have you ever seen Brady put under pressure like Garoppolo, Rosie?
Ever seen who?
Brady, Tom Brady with the greatest.
Rarely.
Really?
Rarely. Good night, Princess Tanya. I never saw a quarterback under less pressure consistently than Tom Brady.
You mean less
He
pressure?
always had, I don't know, they always had great offensive lines and
Linemen,
always
yeah.
had great protection. Of course, he was
Protection.
very fast too.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's like, drop back and a 10 to 15 yard pass to a tight end. That's his whole thing.
I think the
Down
offensive,
and out or
I
down
think-
and across.
I
that
think
would
the
be his
offensive
thing.
line of 49ers failed today to protect Garoppolo, right?
No, it's just
No.
at the end, yeah, because they're more of a running team, and when you have to drop back to that constant protection
Protection.
of protecting a quarterback,
But
it's
where's
not
that-
something they're used to doing.
Yeah.
So, and they got some big guys on the defensive line of Kansas City too. Yeah, Brady always had the most pressure, but he also had the most protection, Cheryl. So I think per time played, Brady would probably be one of the lowest sacked quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
I think the offensive line is critical in your offense.
Yeah.
for the game of football. And I don't think the 49ers offensive line delivered today. Garoppolo didn't know where to throw the ball. He didn't know if to go running game, go passing game.
Yeah, I don't like that. Missy said Jay-Z and his wife did not stand for the national anthem. You know, are we back to that again?
Some people, when the national anthem was going on, you got to put your right hand on your chest, right? And they weren't doing that. They're supposed to do that, right? And some people
Well,
weren't doing that.
it's nice to stand, you know.
But you got to put your right hand on your chest too, right? To pledge allegiance to
And
the
I
flag.
thought Demi Lovato was wonderful singing I don't know if I think she did the national anthem, and that gospel singer, I can't remember her name, did America the Beautiful.
Yeah.
I thought that they were great. Yeah, so we'll see. It's going to be now comes the worst time for sports. There's not a day. I hate
the
this.
NBA.
This is
Finals.
look at the Warriors. They went from a couple seconds and an injury to being their fourth or whatever championship to dropping down to the worst team in the NBA this year. I mean, it's a hard.
We got
fall,
the Final Four
you
coming
know?
for college basketball.
College basketball and all that. So
We got the NBA finals coming.
yeah, I think that you should. I think that hey, Miriam, I think that you should be respectful and stand for the national anthem if you're in a stadium. That was super, wasn't it? America the Beautiful was very well sung. I don't know who that was, but she was great. She was excellent. I can't really get into the NBA too much.
I like basketball better than, much better than football. That's my favorite game. Yep.
Right hand over. I don't know. Smooth used to have a wrench. I guess this is. I don't know. Is it a different account? Did he give up his wrench?
I don't know.
That's weird. How you doing, Bully? I'm going to go ahead and get. I want to get something to drink real quick.
Yeah, I think it was.
What do you think the Niners should have done differently that last 7 minutes? Where did it go bad for the Niners, Marshall? They were up 20-10.
They didn't continue their running game. That was a critical mistake. Why not continue your running game? What worked for you? You know, why go to a passing game? You know, the Kansas City Chiefs were just doing the blitz all the time on the quarterback. Why would you want to go to a passing game when you're getting blitzed and your offensive linemen are not doing their job to protect you, to open up the pockets for the wide receivers and all that, and the running backs? Why not just do what was working? Keep the running game going and win the game. The coaching of the 49ers is what lost them the Super Bowl. If they would have continued the running game, they would have
There
beat
weren't
the Chiefs.
really any deep throws, too. Only Mahomes got the one deep pass,
Right.
got it right into the guy running full stride.
Right. I think Mahoney is a better quarterback than Garoppolo is a better quarterback than Mahoney. He's a
It's Mahomes.
better passer. He can do the run. He's a more stable quarterback. But why change the game? Why change it to a passing game when you're getting blitzed? You know, I think the coaching of the 49ers lost them the Super Bowl. It was the coach's fault.
Marshall's going to be field side on the Fox Network.
I should have been an analyst up there, not Terry Bradshaw, man.
He forgot to pick up the microphone.
Yeah, that old guy, old geezer, looks like he's got dementia or something, man. That old geezer was up there. He's like, I forgot my microphone. They should have had me up there on the analyst table. I could have told them the way it's done.
Let's see if
But,
this is a fake smooth operator here.
Is he? I think he is,
This is
yeah.
a fake one. Yeah. So.
Are you sure?
Well, he wouldn't have lost his wrench unless I.
Well, let me see. How do you know if it's a real one or a fake one?
Let's see when the channel came about.
2 subs.
Let's see.
He's got more than 2 subs. I know for sure the real one.
Oh, he just joined in
Oh,
October.
that's a fake
That's
one.
a fake
That's
one.
a fake
Yeah.
one. That's a fake one that wants to get a wrench from you. Yep.
Yeah. So.
That's funny.
Yeah. Let's.
But don't you agree with me? If they would have continued the running game, they would have beat the
Yes.
Kansas City Chiefs. Why go to a
Yeah,
passing
bye,
game?
fake
It's stupid.
smooth operator. Have a good one. Yeah, Warriors will be back, but it'll be a long time before they ever step up. Yeah, it's Garoppolo, not Garofalo.
What
You're
happened to
thinking of
Kevin-
the actress Jeannie Garofalo.
What happened to Kevin Durant with the Warriors?
Follow
he
the
hurt?
money, man.
Did he go somewhere else?
Follow the
Did he
money.
go to another team?
Follow the money.
I
I'll
hope.
put it this way: he's not with the Warriors. Okay.
Do the Lakers have? I'm really sad that Kobe passed away and everything, and all those people in the helicopter. So my heart is with the LA Lakers and for LeBron to get a ring, just because of Kobe, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But
real.
my heart will always be with the Bulls. I'm a Bulls fan. I grew up with the Bulls. They're my team, but I don't think they have a chance.
Yeah, that we don't have that talk on here. Say what? So yeah, we please.
Who's
don't
your
use-
NBA team, Rosie? You got an NBA team?
Well, I enjoyed the Warriors. They had three championships out of 4 years. It's hard to do that. I took it for granted growing up. I saw UCLA under John Wooden just win title after title for
yeah.
UCLA. I thought that they were
Unstoppable.
supposed to win. I thought that that's what was supposed to happen. That you at UCLA was supposed to win the NC. That's when they had Kareem They had Lou Alcindor as the AKA Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
And they had, what's that other guy's name?
Yeah,
Bill
Jeannie
Walton.
Garofalo. She's always been a riot. Yeah, what did I like her in? What show? What sitcom was Jeannie Garofalo in? What? Somebody tell me what? Man, that was at least 10 or 15 years ago. She was in something. I can't remember what. She got involved with some controversy or something.
Yeah, I think.
Let's see. Greg said all the Warrior bandwagon fans are jumping ship. No, I don't think so. I think the Bay Area is pretty loyal to sports teams, Greg. I don't think they're jumping ship. Janine Garofalo. I think that's exactly. Well, yeah, it might have been Saturday Night Live. I thought that she was on a sitcom too. She was on a sitcom show too. She appeared on. God, I don't think wasn't Seinfeld. I don't know what it was.
Didn't you think the Chiefs were hungrier than the 49ers? They had more of a hunger and intensity to win.
Am I echoing? I don't think I'm echoing. I got my Twin Peaks. Thank you. Yes, Twin Peaks. Oh, I do get a slight bit of an echo there. Thank you.
Don't you think so, Rosie? They were hungrier. They were more intense.
Who?
The Chiefs
Uh,
over the 49ers.
the fourth quarter, they certainly were.
They certainly were. Yeah.
Yeah.
They turned it up to a whole other level
You
with
know,
that.
the first quarter, I would say, was pretty even up. Then the 49ers took control of the second and third quarter.
Right.
And then the Chiefs, they just bookended it with the first and fourth quarters and just ended it right there. So,
Right.
yeah, reality bites. That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, they should have a holiday in Kansas City tomorrow. Yeah. Reality bites. Yes, it was. Criminal Minds. The 49ers ate Dolmas at halftime. They didn't have enough lemon on them, right?
Well, the defense was
Marshall's big complaint about the
See, I do
the
support-
Tabuli.
I do support the
Yeah,
49ers.
there we go.
Even
That's
if,
it.
they,
Even Jen, this is for Greg. See, even Missy Jen has room to be a Niners.
even if they have lost, I still have room in my heart for them.
Yeah, Air America.
As
Thank
you
you.
can see here, I have a shirt. I'm wearing
Yes,
the colors.
that was it. The Larry Sanders Show. Thank you. That's what she was on. Which I thought that's
But
cool.
not
Missy Jen.
tonight, not tonight, not tonight. Tonight it is red. But as just a show, I do have my love for the 49ers too.
Yeah, but why do we need to have that here? Say what? What do we care about the truth that you're bringing here? I mean, the truth is that Lucille Ball was a registered communist. What am I supposed to do with that? Okay. You know, how many people know that? I love Lucy. Lucille Ball was a registered member of the Communist Party and hosted Communist Party meetings. What am I supposed to do? You know, I can tell you 10 facts that would blow you away 100 ways from Sunday. Let's see. The 49ers ate Domus, Kansas City ate the boiled steak.
The 49ers had a critical mistake on their defense with those 2 calls against them. And then their offense, why
Hey,
would
Blinky,
they shift to
how
a,
you
running,
doing, babe?
to a passing game when the running game they were dominating with the running game? It was a coaching mistake for the coach to tell them to go to the passing game. And then number 2, the 2 critical mistakes on defense that cost them. But I think overall the 49ers are a better team. They have a better quarterback.
Yeah, very few people know
Then-
some of the dark history
then,
of some of the Hollywoodites and communism and all that. So, let's see. Yeah, the truth about cats and dogs. That was one. Yeah, you ever want to win a drink at a bar? Just bet somebody whether Lucille Ball was a communist or not. You'll win a free drink.
That's my thoughts. So I don't have anything else to say. That's about it for me. I learned a lot. Rosie knows a lot about the game of football. She was right on every call, basically, but her prediction didn't come true about the 49ers winning.
Yeah, I like the way Mustang said the 49ers problem was the Chiefs.
The Chiefs were the better team tonight, bottom line. You know, the Chiefs were the better team, but
Oh man, that was funny.
I think the 40.
Well, you enjoyed the game tonight, didn't you? Enjoy watching the game tonight?
I
mean, it was
enjoyed
a good
the game. It was a good game.
Yeah.
It was a good game, you know.
Man,
It
about
was-
you, the adult daughter. Okay, yeah, I kind of remember that. Hope you're doing well,
But
Blinky.
in my opinion, Rosie, if the Chiefs play that kind of defense in the NFL like they played in the 4th quarter, nobody can beat the Chiefs. They're gonna keep on winning that Super Bowl, man.
I'm sorry you lost money, Greg, on the game. Terrible game all around. It wasn't the sharpest Super Bowl I ever watched, but because both teams weren't at their very best, I thought it kind of canceled like an algebra problem. And if 2 teams are playing at a subpar level, it's still going to equal a good game. It's not going to be the best of execution. They're called the 49ers because of the gold rush of 1849 in Northern California here, up in the Sierras and Sacramento and all around the Northern California here. We did. What did we do? We had
Pizza Hut.
pizza. We went to Pizza Hut. They had a great $10. That was a good pizza for
A meat
Yeah,
pizza.
$10
We
for
had
that.
some chicken wings.
chicken wings. We had macaroni salad, potato salad. Jen did a tri-tip.
Little tri-tip,
on
yeah.
it. So.
Yeah, we had
And
some.
I had some, yeah, it's like your FA Final Cup, Valerie. It is, it's exactly like that. It's big time. And then I had another piece of lemon meringue pie, which was delicious. Yeah, I thought it was a good game. There were some bad calls, but a good game. All in all, there were some good things. You know, like doesn't the replay work well? Remember when they one play the Chiefs receiver kind of trapped the ball and a replay disclosed that because originally that catch was going to stand, you know, but then upon the 49ers, Shanahan challenged it for the 49ers. Upon review,
he got it,
yeah, the ball was trapped and it was 4th down instead of
Right,
1st
right.
down at that.
Right.
Yeah. First major, yeah, at a $5 footlong for
Now,
Indian.
I will say this about the 49ers. The last thing I'll say. They had a chance to win the
Oh,
game.
he paid for food today.
The 49ers had a chance to win the game.
No, I
on-
didn't get kebab yesterday. He blew his stack about. I don't even want to go down that road again.
Rosie, the
On that.
49ers had a chance to win the game with passing or running, and their offense didn't have the answer. They got shut down on both ends. So with that being said, maybe I'll take back what I say. Maybe I'll say Garofalo cannot He cannot win. Has he ever won a Super Bowl? This guy?
No, no. Well, yes, he has.
He
He's
has,
a backup. He has Super Bowl rings. He was a backup quarterback for the
Oh.
New England Patriots under Tom Brady.
But that doesn't count though. Tom
Well,
Brady is
you'll
a
get
man.
a Super Bowl ring. Has he ever won a Super Bowl? Not as a starting quarterback,
Not as a starting
but
quarterback.
he does have a Super Bowl ring.
But he's not. He wasn't the man in charge like Tom Brady.
No, he didn't.
I don't think that 49ers with this quarterback, he couldn't do a passing
Okay,
game.
Blanky, I hope you can put on weight.
He couldn't do a running game. So I don't think that it's the same thing with the quarterback with the Bears in 2010, Rex Grossman. He wasn't a good quarterback.
Well, you could say the same about,
That's-
you know,
that's
when
what
the
it is.
Ravens won in 2000, I can't remember the name of a quarterback. He wasn't real good, but
Right.
the defense was so good it carried the team to the Super Bowl. Okay,
Right.
just like the '85 Chicago Bears defense was so great, Mike Singletary and all those.
Right.
You know, and then the same thing with the 2012 Ravens winning the Super Bowl. Their defense was just Ray Lewis, and their defense was just stellar.
I don't believe the 49ers with this quarterback are going to go back to the Super Bowl. He could not execute.
Yeah, these
the
players
offense.
get millions in pay. Yes, they do,
You know?
Blanky. Yeah.
He couldn't execute the offense. When he got thrown off of the running game, he had to do the passing game, and he couldn't get the job done. Period.
Yeah, Tanya, that's the one I remember 2018 when the Eagles beat the Patriots. That was a good Super Bowl. That was a good
I've
Super
seen
Bowl.
Tom Brady play under pressure.
Johnny U, Mustang Ranch, yes. Johnny U.
Tom Brady is on another level.
Unitas drops back in the pocket, throws deep.
I've seen
Lenny
Tom,
Moore, touchdown. Raymond Berry, touchdown.
I've
Colts.
seen Brady play under pressure, Rosie, and he can deliver. That's why he's the best quarterback of all, probably you said of all time.
Yes, yes.
And this guy is not even in the class of Tom Brady. They're not going to come back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Pocket Change got it right. The 49ers stole him from the Patriots. It's great scouting. Yeah, he would have been a great come-along quarterback for Tom Brady.
He hasn't
Exactly.
won a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback. What's his name? Garoppolo?
Garoppolo, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought.
Yes, they win millions from pay and product sponsorships too. Like there was an eyeglass commercial. Had one of the Niners, I can't think of his name right now, that was doing the eyeglasses and things. So
Now Mahoney was under pressure. He had a passing game. He had a passing
well,
game. In the end, he got some throws. So
he got some runs. He had to run a little bit, but I wouldn't say he unloaded one really nice deep one. Was real deep, probably
he's got a
the
better
deepest
passing
one.
game. Yeah.
But otherwise, he was running a bit out of the pocket tonight. He was
Right.
a little under pressure too, Marshall. I mean, the Niners had him scrambling out of that pocket.
But he
all
had a better
night
passing
long.
game
So,
than Garoppolo. He got some good passes in, and that won the Super Bowl. So
yes, I used to sit Johnny Unitas. He had a restaurant, Mustang Ranch. It was called Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Restaurant on York Road in Towson, Maryland, and he would be in there most every weekend. And Friday night, I'd go up there with a friend of mine from college that was about 6'5" and about 300 pounds, and we would go in there and have a steak on a Friday night. And Johnny Unitas would come over and joke to my friend's name was Randy. He'd say, "Randy, you should be going after the Colts tryouts over there, man. We need a big guy like you."
now, another thing is though,
They were very approachable, the sports people back then. I went to school with Artie Donovan's two daughters. Artie Donovan, graduate of Fordham University, the offensive tackle for the Colts. He was on the Tonight Show quite a few times and was really a character. I went to school with his two daughters, Jim Muchler, who caught the ball for 15 yards to get Alan Amici to the 1 yard line when the Colts won the 58 sudden death
If you can't-
championship
would-
game. These
would-
people were all just every
would-
week at church or
would-
here and there.
with the 49ers now, if you can't if you can't do the running game because you're getting blitzed, you have to execute the running game. You can't do the passing game, right? So the offensive lineman didn't give him the protection to do the passing game. right? Weren't they a big problem? The offensive line.
Let's just put it this way. You could tell that the 49ers were used to running the ball at will
At will
through the year.
through the year.
Okay. Now, once that was taken away from them by the fourth quarter, it totally threw them into a new
Into a new
offensive setup that they weren't comfortable
prepared for, yeah.
Okay, so now Garoppolo has to drop back in the pocket. Now the
throw it.
protection has to hold up, and we saw he was getting nailed. The
Nailed,
ball was
everyone.
being tipped by the defensive line. The guys would have their hands up.
Exactly.
He was not in his comfort zone in the last 7
In the
minutes
last
of that
7
game.
minutes. He could. They were not. The whole offense was out of key. That's why I'm saying. I think, Rosie, you gave the 49ers a lot of credit. You thought they were going to win,
Yep.
and they didn't win. Plus, they were thrown out of their game offensively by the defense.
Yeah, a couple mistakes cost them 14 points. What
Yeah.
were the two mistakes?
And the two.
First half, the end or receiver wide, I don't know who he is, put his hand out and had offensive pass interference on the guy. That was 7 points that they could have gotten if
Could have
he had
gotten.
handled that better. And then the 7 points for the defensive pass interference right at the goal line put Kansas City first and goal at the 2-yard line or something like that.
And
okay?
then the game being
Take
scripted.
away those
Take
two.
away-
That's 14-point swing right there.
Yeah.
And what a difference 2 bad mistakes make
Make
in a
exactly
game.
in the game. Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, they played very well. I thought
The
they
49ers.
didn't make any huge mistakes. Okay. On that. Hey, Deb.
Yeah, I don't think after watching it, I don't think the 49ers are going to be in the Super Bowl.
No, I don't think, Brian, anybody wait. I didn't expect the 49ers. We talked going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I said, hey, well, no matter what happens here, the Chiefs come back big time. Sometimes they can put up 20, 24 points in a quarter
Yeah.
at the end. You never want to count them out, just like you never
Yeah.
count Tom Brady out.
The bottom
I
line
don't care
is
if you're
Tom
up 10
Brady is a
points
passer.
with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah,
You
but
never count the Patriots
The
out.
49ers don't have a passing game, and that's why they can't win a Super Bowl with this quarterback. If they had a
there
passing
you go,
game,
Theodore. Have a good one.
don't you agree, Rosie? If they had a passing game like
Serena.
like Tom Brady, wouldn't they be? They don't have a passing game, right? How are they going to win a Super Bowl without a passing game?
Jimmy got hit in the head. Yeah, he got nailed pretty good. We saw him. They came right over the top. I didn't
Man,
think that
he
they
got
were
hit.
illegal hits, though. I thought that
He took some abuse.
I thought they were
today.
straight on shots that he took.
I wanted the 49ers to win. I didn't want Kansas City to win, but I don't know why.
I don't know. Marshall was shot. Just no reason. I drove through Kansas City.
I don't like
I didn't-
Kansas City. I don't like it. I don't like the city of Kansas City, but I don't think I like San Francisco either, so it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, the losers are the ones who end up with the flu. Exactly.
hey, like you say, they made critical mistakes on the defense, and they couldn't execute an offense. So they had a lot of flaw. Yep.
You have to go back and look at the fourth quarter. That was the changing point. Number one, Kansas City traditionally has owned the fourth quarter in a lot of football games, especially
Right.
through the playoff games.
Right.
They were up on the Titans were up. I don't know what else they played, but they were up. They were down going into the fourth. They can rack up a lot of points. Okay.
In a short period of
A
time.
very short period of time.
And
it's
play
a very
defense.
dangerous offense, okay?
Right.
And their defense is enough to keep them in the game. But once they took out the San Francisco offense by pushing them to a passing game, it was kind of lights out for the 49ers.
It was done.
Because they were playing Kansas City's game at that point. And Kansas City would rather play against the pass than the run of the 49ers. They have a very great,
Defensive strategy.
safety. Yeah, they got a very great defensive.
They couldn't play
backfield.
against the run, right? They weren't able to play against the run, right? The running game of the 49ers, right?
No, I don't think Chinese tourists really care about football. Okay, prediction for Super Bowl 2021. Well, I think the AFC Championship will probably pit.
I predict the Kansas City Chiefs are going to win another Super Bowl.
Well, there you go. What's up, Juice? How you doing? Yeah, the '85 Bears were really entertaining, and the Ravens with Ray Lewis were very entertaining, and Shannon Sharp, and they were very entertaining too
Man,
when they weren't slapping women around in elevators and stuff and all that crap.
this defense, I'm not a fan of Kansas City,
Yeah,
but the
I
defense,
like that. Jessica Marshall was just thrilled to get to watch TV.
the
He doesn't have any
defense,
TV in the Shine Shack.
yeah, I don't have any,
This was it.
yeah,
He's like a kid at the aquarium, watching the jellyfish float.
yeah.
float.
I'm going to give credit to the defense of Kansas City for what they did, but I'm also going to say I went through Kansas City. I went to Arthur Bryant's barbecue. It was okay, but I got a very bad vibe from Kansas City. It was a very negative
Thanks,
vibe.
Juice.
And I don't know too much about Kansas City. I want
Yeah.
to try more of the barbecue, but it seemed like a very weird place. I got a very weird vibe from Kansas City.
Yeah, Johnny
Missouri.
West said it was a clean game. The Chiefs' defense stepped up when they needed to and stopped the Niners
yeah.
on that fourth down. Yes, they did.
The Chiefs
Yes,
are
they
a
did.
serious team, man.
Yeah, I thought they would have been in too, but Mustang, really, Lamar Jackson's the kind of guy that needs a year under his belt. Okay, but the Ravens will definitely be a factor for 2021.
They can't
for
beat
sure.
the Chiefs, though, right?
They played the Chiefs well. They just barely lost to them this year. They'll be very competitive against the Chiefs. I know the Chiefs don't look forward to playing the Ravens, and the Ravens don't look forward to playing the Chiefs. So, yeah, Brady's a pocket passer. That's exactly what it is. Brady rarely threw deep, and he was always down and out pattern or 10 and in. He would sacrifice his tight ends right across the middle. They probably hated his guts for sending him into tackles into the secondary right in the middle there, getting crushed once they caught the ball. They knew they were going to get hit, but you had those big boys like Gronkowski that were 6'7" and could take a huge hit going in there. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the refs were a bit shady. There was certainly nothing wrong with the call against the pass interference, defensive pass interference on the receiver for the Chiefs. You saw the guy was all over top, never even looked back at the ball at all. Just die hard steel curtain, nice in Kentucky. Yeah, Patricia said, we in Kansas City are heartbroken you don't like our city. Not. I'll be right. I'm going to get a refill.
The Kansas City quarterback, Mahomes, he was this pretty boy, mama's boy, pencil neck guy. He didn't have the courage to go and run into the defense. He didn't have that heart. And they smacked him around a little bit. And he just had this look on his face where I could tell he was scared of that 49ers defense. He didn't have that hunger. He didn't have that eye of the tiger. But you know what? He came through. He got the job done. I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of the Kansas City Chiefs. But you know who I respect? I respect the Kansas City Chiefs defense. They won the Super Bowl, not Mahoney. I respect the defense, but they got the job done. It was interesting. I learned a lot about football watching this game. You know what I'm saying? And but I think that they could win the Super Bowl again. They could win it.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Because they
I'll
got
tell you what.
the defense.
Our weather went crappy here. Windy and blustery and cold as could be. It was 75 degrees on Friday. Could barely stand outside waiting at Pizza Hut for the pizza to be done. It was so windy and chilly,
Yeah, it was
unbelievable.
70-something sunny
Let
the
me
other
put
day.
my clothes on dry here.
But I want to congratulate the people of Kansas City and the Kansas City Chiefs, 50 years to the Super Bowl. I hope next time I'm in Kansas City I can check out some more barbecue places. I wasn't really impressed with Arthur Bryant's barbecue when I went there. But and I got a very bad vibe from Kansas City. Just a very very bad vibe. I didn't like Kansas City. I left right away. I just didn't get a good vibe from Kansas City. I don't know why. There's just something off about the vibrations of Kansas City.
I quite love Kansas City when I go there.
I don't know too much about it, but I know it's a barbecue place and in our country. But hey, they got the job done. I learned a lot about the game of football today. I don't watch football a lot. Rosie knows a lot about the game. But bottom line is, they shut down the 49ers offense passing game, which 49ers didn't have a passing game. They didn't know where to go with it, man. That was a monster serious defense that they were playing. And, you know, if it wasn't for the defense, I don't think Mahoney could have just won the Super Bowl single-handedly. Don't you think so, Rosie? I don't think Mahoney could have carried them into the Super Bowl, right?
Well,
If it wasn't for the defense, right?
yeah, I think it was a combination of things, but he's young and he's got good leadership skills. You know, the kid didn't buckle. Down 20-10, he could have folded up and, well, you know, I'll be back next year. Just let it rip. He played all the way through. When he was under, let's face it, he was under constant pressure in the pocket. They were always on top of him back there. You could tell he's not running. Ain't no Lamar Jackson to run.
No.
And he hated to run, but he ran when he needed to on there, and I give him credit for that. And I'll tell you what, to me, the people of Kansas City are the friendliest people in the United States of America in that city, in my opinion.
I think Hannibal.
The times I've
really?
been in
Times
there,
you've been there?
Kansas City people are almost to a person friendly, polite, and always cheerful, which was very rare.
Okay. Interesting. It's interesting hearing your thoughts about Kansas City, Rosie. You know?
Now, when I was back in Kansas City, and remember, I went first time, I was in the mid-90s when I went through. Arthur Bryant's was still small time, man. But it was a big name in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Then they kind of satellited it and franchised it.
Right.
And it kind of broke the back, but they still say the original one is a nice.
It's pretty
then they
good.
talk about Gates Barbecue and some other.
Joe's
what
Kansas
else did
City.
you
There's
have?
Joe's
What else?
Kansas
Yeah.
City.
So even if you went to
but,
Kansas City, and that's my favorite. The sauce barbecue is my favorite. Even if you went there, you could spend 2 to 3 weeks there just doing the food scene and all the barbecue.
there was a lot of places that
and
were,
the jazz scene, 68th and Vine, and all down in
there were a lot
jazz
of there were
district and
areas
all
in
that.
Kansas City where it was economically devastated. In Kansas City, there's a lot of economic devastation in that city.
Yeah, sports are ridiculous. What was a ticket? $2,500.
Yeah, and they said back in the 70s, the Super Bowl used to be
$5, $10.
$15.
Yeah, they couldn't even fill up the seats. You
Right,
know?
right.
Right. You know.
But it was in my experience of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was on TV in Hannibal, Missouri. He came upon a scene where there was a guy in a car that refused. You know, they had to have the cops talk him at it. What did he do, Marshall? They thought he might be armed or something
Well,
like that.
he took his mom's car and he
Hey,
went on a
Blackhearted, how are you, sweet?
police chase, and he didn't want to get out of the car, and they weren't sure if he was armed or not. And it took hours for him to get him out of the car. You know?
Hey, Sean, how you doing? It was
but
kind of cool. Marshall could have, if he played his cards a little better, he could have gotten his channel. He overplayed. He said, "Hey, I'm Elvis Travels. I'm a YouTube," and they got that.
And I was on the news.
He gets so mad when I say that.
Right.
But he was talking more about the BBW, the beautiful BBW that was there on the scene than you were talking to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
You know what? The one thing, last thing I want to say about Kansas City, we know it's famous for.
Lamar Jackson will be he won the MVP. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to John Harbaugh for Coach of the Year in the NFL.
Who won the Super Bowl MVP though? We don't know yet.
Mahomes, they said.
Mahomes. Yeah, I'm sure he won. Kansas City is a barbecue city. In the United
October in
States.
Vegas is a done deal. 4 scores. I'm down. Whatever happens. Yep. Hey, Gypsy Mom. No, I think it won't be till mid-month, Gypsy. I'm in no rush on this channel. It'll be back.
What I wanted to say about Kansas City, Rosie, when I was there, I went to Arthur Bryant's barbecue. It was decent, but it
Yeah,
was
look at
over.
what Sean Quinn said. 49ers were losers last year, the worst record in 49 history. Then this year they went to the Super Bowl, and Sean says, I'm happy, as you should be. From lousy to Super Bowl in
From
1
lousy
year.
to Super Bowl. Yeah, yeah.
Think of it the other way, from Warriors to the finals
Right.
to the worst team in the NBA. It's a hard drop. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh, you're going to be there, Sean? That would be excellent.
um,
That would be awesome.
the city of Kansas City, you mentioned, Rosie. You know they're famous for barbecue in this country.
We might have a trip coming up, Mustang. May be surprised. I'm not gonna say anything because crap has a way of not working out these days. So, but we had an epic time down in. I want to thank you guys that were down in Berkeley last evening. I had a good time. It was an eye opener for Marshall to see the city of Berkeley. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is a gentleman. He's a good young man and a hard worker. That's great.
When you
Yeah.
mention Kansas City, we know that it's famous for barbecue,
Jazz.
jazz, like you said, probably many other things because you're an American history buff. But I also noticed there's a lot of economic devastation there in Kansas City. There's a lot there. I noticed that in a certain area around Arthur Bryant's. Uh, I don't know the rest of the city what shape it's in. You know, Kansas City. Is it economically devastated, Rosen?
No, I don't believe it is.
But
I think
certain
it's
pockets.
I think it's a strong yes, like any industrial city, of which Kansas City is one. Yes, there's pockets of
devastation.
yes, of course. You know, there's areas that aren't real good. There's Prospect Avenue, some other Prospect
Right.
Park. The LSU quarterback. That'll be interesting to see where the LSU quarterback goes. Yeah, don't ever do that again. So we'll see. Yeah, Vegas should be great. So there could be some more travels coming up. I wouldn't have worked on the rig today. It was too cold, too windy.
It was 30, 40 mile per hour winds, 50 degrees south side, and it just felt like it was in the 30s. It was so cold, so uncomfortable.
Just couldn't.
But,
yeah, thank you. Susie said it was fun there in
So
Berkeley.
what's your
Thank
Super
you.
Bowl prediction for next year, Rosen? After seeing all this, what is it for next year? Who's going to be in the Super Bowl and who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Do you have a
I don't
prediction?
know. I could see the Ravens playing the Chiefs for the AFC title.
Mhm.
I could see the Titans definitely in the mix again next year. So pick one of those three, and then I could see definitely see the 49ers back in for the NFC. I'm not insulting. I've always enjoyed the Packers. They're a backbone team of the NFL. I just don't know if they have the wheels to make it to the Super
So
Bowl.
what's your prediction for next year? Who's going to play and who's going to win the Super Bowl for next year? I'm just curious. Just give a prediction.
It's too early. Too early for me to say.
Really?
Yep. I don't know. Mustang, I was talking. D's been on the side chat, and it seems he needs to do a lot of work on his. Seems he has to do a lot of his work on his rig. So I'm probably going to be heading southbound down to Southern California and doing multiple trips back and forth down there. So. Are thrilled. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to. Yeah, the people of Kansas City don't like the people of Chicago. So that's that. They think it's a boring, flat, no.
Does Kansas City have an NBA team? I don't think they do, right? Or do they? I don't know. I'm more a fan of the NBA. I'm a big fan of basketball. I haven't kept up with it in years, but
Yeah, Jessica, it's too early for
Is
me.
JK a Niners
I
fan?
can't make a prediction next year because I don't know who's going to move around in the trade season and what's it going to look like next
Who's the
year.
Niners
How
fan
you
and
doing,
Chiefs fan in
JK?
here? Is JK a Niners
I'm
fan?
sure JK's a Niners fan, of course.
I don't
you
know.
For me, it's just too early. I think I'll just say the Ravens and the 49ers. Okay.
And you're saying the Ravens are going to beat the 49ers?
Yeah, I think the Ravens will take it all the way next year. I think
Well-
Lamar Jackson needed that slap in the face of the playoffs to light a fire under him because he was going to Hollywood too fast. So I think he has the talents to take it all the way.
Well,
Yeah,
it could be
trade
the Titans.
depends. It could be the Titans.
could be
the
the
Titans are a
Titans.
great team.
They beat the Ravens.
They're a
yeah.
great team. They're a great team.
Yeah. Coin toss.
Okay, that's what I said. There's 3 teams that I could see could easily be there next year. And
I think the team that's going to win the Super Bowl next year.
Cleveland. I think Cleveland is very close to tipping to a very good team.
Which team has the best? And I want to ask you this: offensive lineman and passing game in the NFL. That's the team that's going to win the Super Bowl next year. Who is it?
If I was putting Super Bowl to, I always put the backbone as a defense, to win
defense?
Super Bowls. Yeah. There you go. Tanya says competitive eating and speed walking with Joey Chestnut and Kobayashi at the. How about competitive eating, Marshall, at the Coney Island 4th of July hot dog eating? Remember that little Japanese guy owned that for years till the great
Oh.
Joey Chestnut grabbed it back.
Isn't Joey a big guy?
No, he's not a big guy.
He's not. Oh.
No, neither one of them.
So you say the backbone
I
is
think the
defense.
Browns are improving, Greg. I think that they'll definitely be on an improving trail. They're not going to be close enough to making it into the playoffs, but I think that they'll continue to build a decent team. Any truth to the rumors Brady might go to Titans? I hope not, because I think Brady could be very upsetting to the Titans program.
Your
down
prediction.
there.
Your prediction was
You know?
correct about the Ravens. You said they were not going to get to
I
the
told
Super
you
Bowl,
they're not going to make it this
and it
year.
came true about
Yep.
that. But you did say the 49ers were going to win,
Yeah.
and they didn't. So
I knew that I had a sense that the Ravens were going to that week off, and they were just flying too high. And you got to have a slap down to get to you got to get the fire. You got to have a taste of what you lost to really set the
Get back
table
into
for
it, yeah.
something different. Yeah. And I just think you're going to see a much different Browns team.
I saw the
next
spirit of the 49ers just get destroyed tonight. Towards the end, they started even. They got destroyed in the fourth
Oh,
quarter.
Brady gone to the Raiders. It was reported today.
They lost their heart today.
You know why he would go to the Raiders? You know why he would go to the Raiders, Brady? Because I think he would enjoy the vibe with Giselle of being in Las Vegas, being a big time star, hanging out in Vegas. Okay,
Tom Brady.
maybe he's not a club guy and all that, but being a big guy around town.
He's
for
a
the
family
first
man,
year
isn't
that the Raiders are in, he could bring in. I mean, they're going to sell out anyway, but the hype could be over the top. You know, for him.
Well, why wouldn't he want to
Carr
finish his,
just isn't going to cut it. I don't think so.
Why wouldn't he want to finish his career with the Patriots, where he's built a legendary career, right?
Yeah, I remember Bernie Kosar. I remember him. Elway, yep. Great game. Hey, Debs, how you doing? 45, but people are on. Yeah, 45 in Kansas City, but the people are on fire. It's great. It's great to be a winner. I mean, football means so much in America to have that Lombardi trophy in your city, you know, and to have that flag and have the welcome to Kansas City, home of the championship Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
I mean, that's something. Yeah, they had their first female coach out there today, which I thought was pretty cool.
What kind of
Brady
football?
was offered $30 million to stay in New England. Do you think that that's a mistake? Do you think that's money that could be better spent on?
Who's the female coach, Rosen?
Didn't you see the commercial for the NFL paid for it to have her?
Is she a female coach?
Uh huh.
For who?
Not the head coach, but just a special coach. I don't know if she's
Okay.
what she was. That's
Women-
a lot of money to pay for somebody who's 40 years old. Yeah, Kosar, Bernie Kosar. Hell, I remember I remember Flutie for the Buffalo Bills. Doug Flutie going out there. They treated him like a joke, and then he went big time, man, and won the turned Buffalo into winners. And then they suddenly, when the last game, they didn't start him, and they lost that game. And the coach is like, yeah, 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 I should have started him. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, the halftime show was pretty wild. I've seen it was reminded me of a Tijuana strip club there
Really?
at the Hong Kong
Was that
Club.
Shakira's crew or was that J-Lo's crew? I thought J-Lo had the guys and Shakira had the girls,
Yeah, the
right?
Patriots need to look. They got to bite the bullet and get a new quarterback. That's what I'm saying. It's like, Johnny Unitas diminished himself by refusing to retire, and he went on to San Diego, and it just, yeah, so many Santas in California. That's
And what
right.
about Droy's New York Giants? Did they have a
Yeah,
chance?
yeah. What about my New York Jets of Flushing Meadow, New York? Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'm sure Drury was a Jets fan, and up there in Flushing Meadow. My green tambourine, do 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 do. Looks like Kim C wants real hard news, man. So
I think that what's cool about wearing sports apparel, Rosie, is you show the pride of where you're from.
yeah,
It's a very
of course. And what I like is the respect that most people get when they're. You don't get that in baseball as much as football.
Yeah.
But if you're a visiting team at in other words, if I'm a 49ers fan and I went to Arrowhead Stadium to watch the Chiefs play, I might get a few people cackle at me, 49ers suck, or when you losers. But most people would be really cool about you being there and
You
respect.
came all that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 49ers are a team that has a lot of traveling fans, die hard to go wherever.
They go
Same thing with the Giants.
Yeah.
How you doing, Judge Stu? Van, we're just waiting for the flooring to come in. And there's no way I was going to work today, man. It was cold and windy.
So Rosie, in 2020 now in America, what is the? Would you say football?
Love you, Susie.
Would you say football is our, is what America's like over baseball? More popular football, or is baseball still number one?
I would think that football has surpassed baseball
Really?
in terms of the national.
Why
sport.
has it? Why has it?
It's number one. It's only 16, 17. It's a very short number
game.
of games in a
Right.
year.
Shorter
It's
time.
a compact season,
Right.
and there's so much hype now that's been associated with football.
Mass marketing.
Like World
advertising.
Series is big, but it's not as big as it's
As the
over
Super Bowl.
7 games. The Super Bowl packs everything. It's like when you get to the
And one of
playoffs, you either win or you're gone. There's no second round chance, right?
Yeah, Super
In
Bowl's like
baseball,
WrestleMania.
you could go out to 7 games or 5 games in a
Right.
divisional playoff. Yeah, roller derby. Yeah, you need your Arkansas Razorback. You were telling me the Razorbacks beat Duke. Remember the big show?
Yeah, my favorite play was Scotty Thurman. He shot that 3-pointer, and then they lost to UCLA in '95. That was a heartbreaker. I thought they were going to do it back-to-back, They had the 40 minutes of hell defense, rolling
Yeah,
with
there you
Nolan.
go, Catherine with curling.
Corliss Williamson came to the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah,
That he brought us
roller
in.
derby should be an Olympic sport.
But he
Guess
didn't
it's
make
too
it big
much.
in the
I guess
NBA.
it's too much contact for for that. Yeah, baseball. They at least the designated hitter put more offense into some of the games after the strike for baseball went free agency and all that. And, kind of took the gut out of that. It took me 2 years to go back to football. I was so disgusted by Kaepernick and that whole deal.
Who's Kaepernick?
Colin Kaepernick, was the quarterback for the 49ers, and he took a knee during the national anthem and stuff. And he's
What
the
was
one
that whole
tri-
thing about the knee? What was
That's
that?
what I'm saying. He refused to stand for the national anthem and took a knee and started off this whole trend of,
Movement of not standing
players,
up.
some players refusing to stand for the national anthem, and it just made a lot
People
of
were
people
getting
mad.
ticked off, right?
Yeah,
About that.
yeah, it was a turnoff. I mean,
Yeah.
you're lucky you're in this country and have the
Opportunity,
ability,
yeah.
the opportunity, to do something like that,
Yeah.
and even to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018 was a good year. Yeah, they'd like to see you in the Hunger Games, out surviving.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was interesting watching.
Let's see. Susie said, "Was there ever a tornado when you lived in Chicago?"
There's been tornadoes in the suburbs of Chicago. There's been a lot of tornadoes in Arkansas, where I'm from. Tornadoes are a very exciting thing.
Well, Judge Stu,
Oh, geez.
because of police brutality to African Americans, but is that the place to make a statement about it? That's my point. Go out there and get a sign, paint a sign, Colin Kaepernick, and stand on Van Ness Avenue in San Francisco and protest. It makes more sense. Taking away the greenies. The Hunger Games.
Is Pocket Change a Niners fan, you think? Since he's from Sonoma County?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably everybody is.
Let's see. The Chiefs win. The Rights win. Well, the better team won tonight. The team that could gut it out for all four quarters. Because let's face it, 20-10 with 7 minutes to go in the game, it looked pretty bleak for the Chiefs. Till that big pass interference call put the ball at the 2-yard line for the Chiefs. And the rest is history. 20 to 17, and then up 7 more points. So,
Yep.
Hunger Game with a little Lord of the Flies. The Hunger Games. Let's see. Let's see Sport Fight. But I was glad to see Marshall engaging and watching some good old American Super Bowl game. Food was good. We had some good eats here. We had a good time today.
Yeah, the most interesting thing about the game was when Kansas City turned up their defense, and the quarterback and the offense of 49ers didn't have anywhere to go. It was a disaster, I felt kind of heartbroken. I don't know, but I guess the Chiefs hasn't won in 50 years. It was their time. 49ers won a bunch of times. It's been a
50
long
years
time.
is a long time.
The fans wanted it,
You know.
and they got it. They got it done, so people over there are happy. 50 years.
I think Sherry-Ann, he got a light, what would I call it, a tan color coin floor?
I got what they called. It's called a garage coin flooring, and it's a sandstone colors. So if you were to type in sandstone garage coin flooring, that's what I got. It's like a light tan beige color. Is what it is.
Yeah, definitely congratulations to the 49ers to go from a joke for the last 6 years to the top of the heap. It was nice.
What made them get so good, Rosie, in the year?
The quarterback they brought in, developing a good running game and some really good acquisitions, good coaching.
Good coaching, good
Yeah.
quarterback, good running game, good
Yeah.
defense.
Yep. Missy Jen is absolutely ecstatic, Judge Stu. She is so happy. She's got a lot of connections in Kansas City, and they are just, they're blowing the roof off the town tonight. They're so happy. She's thrilled. Let's see. Wow, Just for Men was taken off the market for just burning people's faces off. What? Did you break a merry-go-round at Burger King? What?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I don't understand what they're
Tell us
saying.
about the time you broke the merry-go-round at the Burger King down there, Marshall.
Merry-go-round. Burger King has a play
Heck,
place.
what the hell? Did you go on a merry-go-round or something?
Burger King doesn't have that.
McDonald's has a play place.
Burger King in Arkansas, when I was a kid in Benton, I used to go and jump in those.
Jumpies?
No, you only jump in those little plastic balls.
Yeah,
and you
the
jump in the
yeah,
slide.
Yeah, yep,
Yeah, I used to do that.
yeah, that's it.
But you know,
That was the, yeah, I think that was, yeah, they had to just filled with the round plastic balls.
right? Didn't you used to jump in those when you were a kid?
Man, Marshall, you think they had that when I was a kid?
I don't know.
Shit, we had black and white TV with 3 channels. Okay,
Oh, that's all you
all
had.
we had, man.
You didn't have much.
Okay, I got hauled to the '64 World's Fair in New York. We thought that was big doings. Okay, when I got a plastic injection molded Sinclair dinosaur, that was big deal, man. For 10 cents, get to eat at Mama Leone's Italian restaurant and see the biggest block of cheese in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Up at Drury's, yeah, up in Flushing Meadow up there, yeah. All these young kids are amazing athletes, these young quarterbacks. They're all amazing. They're all good.
How old is Garoppolo? Do you know?
He's still pretty young. I want to say Garoppolo is about 28 to 30. Anybody have an age for Jimmy Garoppolo, how old he is?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Nicky Shuffle. Yeah, I don't know how old he is. Yeah, McDonald's were small time. I mean, Geno's dominated Baltimore, not McDonald's. What do you think of the barbecue in Kansas City? I need to retry it again, Johnny West, but it was some of the best barbecue I had in the United States. What my dream is to do the Carolina vinegar-based
Whole pig,
whole pig,
pulled
the
pork,
Memphis rub,
Memphis rub,
the Texas
briskets,
and sausages,
and homemade pickles,
and the Kansas City sauced
Sauce
barbecue.
barbecue.
To me, that'd be an incredible
barbecue crawl.
road barbecue crawl to do all of those states. Oh, you'll be flying into Vegas on Thursday. Cool. I hope you have a good time. You're gonna have good weather. Great sense of game knowledge. If we're going to put together a championship caliber upper management group, yeah, that's great. Yeah, we only had sticks and rocks. That's all we had. Yeah. Missy's in such a good mood now. She's gonna take me to a great barbecue
Rosie,
place.
what I was gonna ask you.
Okay, Susie said 28. Okay, age as well.
What I was gonna ask you, Rosie, was about the YouTube. We saw the commercial.
Why wouldn't Elva let you get what you wanted for dinner yesterday after all? I don't know. At the time, the thing you learn about Marshall, at the time he's eating something, he likes it, but then upon reflection, it gets worse by the hour afterward. He and I were both appalled. We looked at the chicken shawarma that was on the spit, and it looked great. Man, I was ready to come in myself and tell Marshall, I'll have one of them too. And then the guy reached into the hot tray and pulled out some old, must have been the end of the line of the other one, chicken. And he's like, yeah, this is this is just as good as what's on the spit. And I kind of backed off it. I'm like, okay, whatever. And you said the taste was fairly good on it.
It was decent.
Now you were appalled by the first place. We got really what's an appetizer
Yeah.
platter, because the baba ganoush was good. It was smoky. It had good flavor.
It was decent. It was decent, passable. Yeah.
But they put a salad on it, which was weird. The hummus was okay.
It was a Greek salad. It was fine, but it wasn't bad.
You don't typically find that.
The hummus had too much tahini in there.
Okay. And
it was over
what else
tahini.
did we have?
The tabbouleh.
Oh, the tabbouleh.
Was
Yeah.
not-
That
it
was
was
it
not
wasn't
chopped-
chopped up right. It
wasn't
didn't
chopped
have enough of a
finely.
lemon flavor to it.
Exactly.
You and Elvis have. I'm already on my diet, picky Nikki. I'm already on my diet right now.
Well,
I didn't have any alcohol today at all. Are you next to Santa Clara or Santa? I'm closer to Santa Clara.
What I was gonna run by you, Rosie.
I'm about 70 miles north of Santa Clara.
What I was gonna run by you is today we're watching the commercials, and we saw the commercial for YouTube TV. You know,
Yeah.
do you want to talk a little bit about that? Your thoughts on
No,
YouTube
it's
TV?
just that they're just going to dominate more and more of the eyeballs of America. YouTube sucking in more and more cable and programming and movie channels. There's more original YouTube created movies and
Right.
things. So it's all the trend of the future.
Right.
Too many, yeah. Now I thought the prices were great down there because I had the chicken, the tandoori chicken, which had excellent flavor. It was made fresh because it took a half hour, and the naan bread on it, which was great. And I think the whole deal cost me about $6 for that
That
with
was
the
a good-
drink. That was a good deal.
Was that a chicken breast?
That was a big chicken breast, and it had a wing and a leg on it. It was like a half a chicken.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Yeah,
for that,
and I was
yeah.
like, whoa, and it was good. And I only had, Jessica, can you believe it's been over a month since I quit smoking? I'm cutting my beer down, but not cutting it out. But I'm certainly reducing. Yeah, I'm on a cleanse. I always go on a cleanse for February. Yeah. It's good for the soul. But there's no way I could have. People were asking me about the van build. There's no way I could work on the van. It was too uncomfortable today.
Yeah.
It was just too windy, and it was just. I hate to sound like a baby when it's 50 degrees, but it was just the windshield just cuts you like a knife. How you doing, Julie? Like I don't even know what the temperature is. Let me see what the temperature is right now.
Probably
Do you
gonna go. It's probably gonna go into the mid-30s tonight. Very cold and windy, blustery. It's cold right now. It feels cold. It's probably 40 degrees
It's
now.
43 degrees right now, which is pretty darn cold.
Windy and blustery.
So it's only going to be in the mid 50s this week, and then by the weekend it'll be creeping back up. But there's not a bit of rain in. Look at that, Marshall. No rain. Things are drying
great.
out real good.
That's great. Yeah.
Missy Jen has lived in the Kansas City area for 12 years. There, Judge Stu, and she made a lot of friends and a lot of family. We went to Independence. She has family in Independence, Missouri, which is just outside of Kansas City. And a lot of family members up there in that area. Yeah, reducing again, Toots, I know. It's a balmy 23. Try intermittent fasting, work wonders. Okay. Now, what does that mean? Every other day, Greg, or what? Because I only have 10 pounds. I don't like to be, I don't ever want to be skinny. I like to be on the meaty side, but what is that? What is it, 38 in Baltimore? Oh, you love it when I yell at Marshall, though. Highly entertaining. I don't yell too often. But when we went down that street in Oakland, and it's like, thank you, Helen. And when I want to see what this club looks like, and I turn around, and how do I just ride by? And you park next to their car. Well, man, I got to pull next to somebody's car. How do I know whose car it is? And he's like, don't ever do that again. You're gonna get us killed out here, and these guys could have brandished a weapon or something and thought that you're doing a drive-by or something. They're gonna take them out, which could have been. I mean, it was scary, and you're biting your tongue. Just say it. You don't agree. But you wanted to go take a look at it.
Yeah.
Now I was immediately turned off when there were 3 guys standing outside of the club. Would you have still gone in that kind of
would've still won it,
atmosphere?
yeah.
Not me.
I would have still
Not
won
me.
I would have still won it. Yeah.
Yeah, Poppity, don't ever do that again. Don't
Hey.
ever do that again.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna ask Sherry Ann on Pocket Change. I don't know they're watching. Did you guys enjoy the interview that we did with those van dwellers? That was my favorite part of the chooch. Did you guys see that? Just curious. I had a fun talking to them. It was pretty cool. That was my highlight of the chooch. that was very unexpected. You know.
Well,
And
you got a
yeah,
good nighttime tour of Oakland. We did most of the major.
yeah, it was a great chooch.
Without going up on the hills, you were impressed by all the lights of the thousands of homes
Oh,
up on the
yeah.
hills and things up there.
Yeah, it was a quite.
A red pill's like, I want to make love in this club.
I want to get
What
a
the hell does that mean?
I want to
Red,
get a little bit of a preview
what
on
the hell is red
a
pill?
on a Friday night of the nightlife in San Francisco. You know,
That's pretty funny though. Red pills. I want to make love in this club.
what do you say a Friday night chooch, Rosie, one day in San Fran?
Yeah.
Just to see. I just want to do like kind of like I did in Tijuana.
Now remember, you
Just
gotta
kinda
look.
get a-
If I'm driving,
Right.
you're asking me it's the equivalent of Manhattan to go around. Okay? With zero parking, with restrictions everywhere.
Well, what
Correct.
this is the idea.
Now-
If we do it,
now they-
you won't get out of the car. I will. I'll go in there and do a peek and get an idea
Yeah,
of
that's
what it's,
fine.
and then come
That's
out.
fine.
That way, you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
parking. Then I can get an idea of what it's.
But the other thing is, too, remember you were telling me, the best thing you can have is a well-defined map of exactly how you want to go.
Right.
I don't want to I can freestyle to tourist areas. I know how to get to, you know, Chinatown. I know how to get down
I'll
there.
write
I
down
know
my
how to
bullet
get
points,
to
yeah.
North Beach.
Totally,
I
yeah.
know where to get to North Beach. I know where Fisherman's Wharf and
Right.
Girardelli and all that crap. Okay, I know where the AT&T Park is in the stadium, and I
Right.
know where Ocean Beach is on the Pacific Ocean side. Okay, I know all that stuff. I know where Sutro Hill is,
I'll have.
where you go up on top of the hill and you look
Right.
down over the whole San Francisco Bay Area.
I'll
What
have
I need
bullet points.
is beyond
Right.
doing a visit of those simple places, which is a 3-hour proposition. Then the next 6 hours, it's like, this is where I want to check out. Like
That's
the
why-
Castro District. I know it's
Right.
the LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ
Or a certain food or restaurant. I'm
area.
gonna
Yeah, or
have. I'm
food
gonna
or
have.
restaurant.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
write down the places and have the addresses, and then I'll have a GPS. I'll have my phone, and then we can navigate and kind of do a little bit of a preview. Rosie wouldn't have to get out of the car park. I could go and see what's going on, and report back. Kind of get a preview, a feel for it, of what it's all about. I think it'd be interesting to do that with two people because I could kind of.
Red Pill said, I thought Berkeley would be more snowflakey. It's changed a lot in the last year that Missy Jen and I went down. Telegraph Avenue was so snowflakey, and the People's Park, we were talking to a zillion people, and there was people bumming money every 5 feet on the street, and it's like they cleaned it all up.
What happened to all
Okay.
those people?
They all came to Santa Rosa. Okay? Because when the word came out, if you can get up here, you get free housing, then why would you stay down there, right?
Right.
Thinking bikes, do what you asked to do for the, yeah, it's like Pop, yeah. You mean you're actually going to do what she asked you to do for the Berkeley trip, which was to do the research ahead of time.
Well,
As
when we were
opposed to
talking-
walking, then we're finally at the point where I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything,
right.
and we do pass a Mediterranean place, and it doesn't look bad. And you do go up to the counter, and you do talk to them, and you do get the Mediterranean plate.
Right.
And then that sucks, and then we walk further up. There's the shawarma, and you go up
Well,
there and get it. You
what
know,
I'm-
it's like
what-
the plans collapse. They never even evolve.
Right. The thing with when you're on foot,
Hey, Tom.
when you're on foot, you're limited.
Yeah, we'll
But-
drive down Lombard Street, the
But
crookedest street
with
in the
San
world.
Francisco, if we do it this way,
Yeah. Well, I think he'll be freaking out on the hills that we go over, Deb, in San Francisco. Yeah.
I don't want to really walk chooch San Francisco. I want to get an idea of what it is and get a feel for the places, and like a preview, and then get a preview of the food, get a preview of the nightlife, and then I would know the answer of where I would want to go back if I went back. And you cannot accomplish it by foot. It's too
Well,
big.
what
It's too huge.
I can make a pre-prediction is like every other place here. At
Right.
the end of it, Marshall's going to say it sucked, it's lousy, it doesn't have the nightlife or whatever. But every city's unique.
Right.
Okay, there's a lot of party areas, as you guys know, along North Point, on the North Beach, I mean, up on the where the Pier 39. It's very touristy, but it's a very poppin' area. There's a lot of high-end clubs. Mark Hopkins, Top of the Mark, up on top of the hotel, where you look out over the whole city and all that. So it's and certainly if you can walk in Chinatown is one of the greatest things that you can do in the United States. It's 3 blocks of just it's the most
Most.
uh, what would I say? It has been kind of Americanized, but it's still a very long Chinatown. You know, it's a very distinct
Right.
Chinatown down there. So yeah, the Castro district for sure. Do a high speed, yeah. Do a high speed run in a Mustang like from Bullet with Steve McQueen. Go over the hills with sparks coming out of the bottom of your your Mustang.
I think that, Rosie, the way that you explained that, we've talked about Los Angeles, we talked about San Francisco for
In other words, we took Terra down,
yeah.
Bobby and I made a cinematic San Francisco. Okay, which is another one of my cinematic cell phone cinematic.
Yeah.
Tara loved it, because she got the epic views, she got the sense of the city. Mr. Z loved it for the first time since he was in junior high or whatever. He got back to San Francisco and toured town. You're all about judging on the basis of clubs, and San Francisco used to have a big adult entertainment.
Right.
O'Farrell Brothers, a lot of the shows, burlesque and show theaters, and real hardcore crap. But a lot of that stuff they couldn't afford to keep up because the development forced a higher use for the property. Okay, so they weren't bringing in enough money relative to selling the building or the lot. Okay.
Let me just say this about San Francisco, Rosie.
Yeah, I think it would, RV Deb. We did that. We did that before. So.
I think we'll be able to find out the nightlife and some of the food spots, but I think one of the most difficult things that we'll probably have a hard time finding is where you can overnight camp or park at in San Francisco for free overnight. That is my ultimate. That is probably my ultimate thing that I wanted to know for years. I don't know if we're going to get the answer on that, but it'd be cool if we did, and I think
No, I never did get up there, Greg. I'd like to. I would like to.
But I think the way that you explained how Los Angeles is compared to San Francisco, how spread out it is, the geography, it's much more conducive to the van life than a place as big like.
How
San
you doing,
Francisco.
Miss Putwina?
Yeah.
Yes. Julie said, please put Elvis out at the Tenderloin. Lord, that's a dangerous area for daytime walking. I don't think I'll ever be doing that again.
Really?
Yeah. Of all the chooches I ever went on, that was the most hair raising to me.
Mm.
Most I felt like this is it. We're gonna be fighting our way out of here.
Right.
Out of here. At least in my
Right.
opinion. Yeah, that Mustang from Bullet went for $185,000. Can you believe that? Woo! $185,000 for that Mustang. That's pretty amazing. Let's see. They will let you park anywhere in Oakland. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can park in Oakland. Just
I don't like Oakland. Berkeley is was interesting to see, but I would never go back there. I might go to the Bay Area, but I'd have to be more in a suburban environment. I don't think that I would probably ever go back to San Francisco, but I do want to see it just one time and see what this legendary city is about, just to get a feel for it. And I don't um, think that I can get
wow,
a feel.
you were a semi-pro boxer. I never knew that before, Greg. That's pretty cool.
I don't think that I can get a feel for San
Well, if I
Francisco.
take him to San Francisco, he will be buying all the food, Tooth Fairy, because of me blowing all the gas money going down there. Yes, and all the parking. Yeah, I'll bet, Cheryl. It's the first win in 50 years. Now you can go. There's plenty of good food for cheap prices.
I think for me to be able to, um, when it comes to food, we can try food and rate it, right? When it comes to street life, we can see what's going on the street, right?
See, he's more interested strictly in what goes on at nighttime, and I'm not
Nighttime.
necessarily talking about brothels,
Nightlife.
of which San Francisco doesn't really have any. There's plenty of streetwalkers and other things, but when you're talking about pure nightlife, then if you want to do that, then you got to put the research in to do that.
Right.
Now, you either do or you don't.
But the only what I'm saying is that when a person researches nightlife like I was doing in Tijuana or Mexico, you really can't see what's going on unless you go inside of the place.
Can you please ask him about that challenge he made about interviewing people? Well,
So I think that my goal of what you call quote unquote chooching, Rosie's world of chooching is outside on the street. But we're getting into, she's doing this more with me than she did with D-Dubs. She's starting to take the camera in with her into the bar, which she never really did that with D-Dubs that much. But she's doing it with Elvis Travels. Now, I'm surprised we've been able to get away with it. My point is that if you can take your camera in with you and they allow it, then that's just more content. You know what I'm saying?
no, I bought the tandoori chicken, Jessica. It was so cheap.
But now let me ask you this, Rosie, this approach, right?
I got all that for like $6 last night. It was unbelievable. I mean, Berkeley's got such great prices on food; it's beyond belief.
Let me ask you this question here. If we go to any major city in this country, right? Any major city, and when it comes particularly to nightlife, right? We know you can't take a camera into a brothel or strip club.
Right.
That's already been
And I
established.
never would.
But we're talking about a
And
bar.
I never would.
We're talking about a bar or nightlife. Would you pre-ask for permission or just walk in with the camera?
I just walk in. Like
just take the
yesterday,
chance.
I'm not causing any problem. I just sit it up on the counter.
it up
If they
on
want to
the-
ask, what are you doing? I'm just doing a YouTube live stream.
Just kind of go with the
Walking
flow.
around your town and just showing the sights, and I stopped in to have a beer.
Have a beer, yeah.
And if they tell me shut it down, I'm going to shut it down.
Or just walk out.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Right.
just going to have my beer, but you can always start another stream. That's fine. People will be back on the next stream.
next
It's not
stream,
that
yeah.
big a deal.
It's not that big a deal. Okay. Yeah, yeah. But I think.
How you doing,
that,
Comp Lane?
That for me, Rosie checking out a dark back street is her way of getting a preview of content, and my way of checking content is actually going into the establishment and seeing what's going on in there, like I did in Mexico, which we couldn't get on camera because.
But when you go in, you have to have a beer. Or you have to limit your look to less than a minute or two, usually. Okay? Or
Well-
somebody's going to ask you, they're going to look at you.
Well, I'm going to say I'm interested in seeing
Now,
what's
the
going on.
problem is when you get a beer, you nurse it.
Mhm.
We could be there for an hour. Now there's an hour, if nothing's going on, that I got to sit there and stare at the bar.
I wouldn't want to have a beer.
I'm a fast drinker.
No, no, no.
Right.
I wouldn't want to sit down and have a beer unless I'm interested in the environment of the place. But I just think that, you know, uh, if Rosie can incorporate the content with a camera and
Yeah,
come
we
into
go
the
definitely
place,
go over there, Dad, because that's the hardcore tourist
then,
area. You can get a hornblower cruise. It'll take you out under the Golden Gate Bridge. That's pretty cool. I have zero interest in going over to Alcatraz. They have the night hornblower cruise that takes you around. Something like that is really fun. I know it doesn't involve paid escorts and other things, but it is a pretty nice thing to
we're
do
talking about
to get the tourist view of things.
we're talking about nightlife. Nightlife, the category of nightlife is very, very broad. You can go to a place that has live music, you can go to a karaoke bar, you can go to a dance club, you can go to a lounge. It's a whole other level of content besides the street chooching.
Oh, Scotty, we'll meet you in San Francisco, doll.
You know,
Love to meet you down there. Absolutely, positively. Powell Street's fun. You take the streetcar down Powell and Market there. Um, you have to get used to the steepness of the hills, and it's a very, we're talking about hills that can be on a 30 to 40 degree angle and stuff. Let's see. I don't think I don't think that they have any, I don't know, I think peep shows are like a thing of the past. Somebody said, yeah, 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 take them to Alcatraz and leave them.
I don't.
Alcatraz wasn't. Alcatraz is bigger in myth than in reality. It was never a death. It wasn't San Quentin was around at the same time. That's where people were executed. Okay, Alcatraz was only a federal prison. Okay, that's all it was. Nobody was ever executed there. Yeah, Coit Tower is cool. Thank you, Scotty. That would be wonderful. I owe you something. Good evening, Kiwana. Nice to see you, honey, all along the Watchtower. Yeah. The Hornblower cruises are like just an afternoon cruise. You can take a ride. I did it for the channel. I have some content of going underneath of the Golden Gate Bridge and out to the out under there. It's pretty cool. I don't need you here anymore. Put you. Okay, so I'm looking forward. There's a lot of things to write content, keeps things pop up party anywhere. I'm sure San Francisco. Oh, I think it does. They had the Green Door. They had places like that were famous. They had Divas, which was the biggest trans nightclub west of the Mississippi River. That was a big. But yes, the Birdman of Alcatraz. Walk across the Golden Gate Bridge. Boy, you better pack a fur parka when you think it's cold with the wind whipping. I see people in July up there walking out of their tour buses with t-shirts, going up there and coming back blue like blocks of ice.
Now, Rosie, my perspective of when it comes to, say, nightlife adult content.
I'm not sure if it has a cooler history. It might have had a cooler inmate, but the killing has been done at San Quentin. But there's more romanticized what went on at Alcatraz with the Birdman of Alcatraz and Al Capone and all of that. So yeah, the place is famous because Capone and the Birdman of Alcatraz. And the two guys escaped from Alcatraz, the movie. I've only been in one in Vegas, Greg. I've never been in one in San Francisco. It's not really my thing. He won't. I've offered hostels. He won't stay in a
No,
hostel. So,
I won't. You'll never stay in the hostel.
in Palace of
No.
Fine Arts. That's a beautiful place, Popty. It's really, really a beautiful place. The Palace of Fine Arts is very wonderful. It's lovely.
You know, Rosie, I
They
think
got the ducks on there. That was built for the 1914 Panama Pacific exhibition. Very beautiful. Yeah, I don't want to do the power exchange. It's just, I mean, Las Vegas was fun with Dee at the Green Door because nothing really happened. It was just for interest of seeing it.
I think the future of adult content on YouTube does not exist and won't be incorporated into YouTube. Uh, I don't think you cannot monetize on it. You cannot really grow a channel on it. So to me, just showing the people on YouTube the outside of these places is what's content, and when it comes to going inside, that's just for my personal enjoyment.
Look at
Because
go ahead. Look at what Julie said. Some idiot host booked a swingers convention at our casino. Wild crowd wore wristbands so you know who they were into. Even had a pregnant swinger. Good Lord. Well, I mean, I would never do. I wouldn't do adult content like that.
even if you go to a regular bar, even if I walk into a sports bar, they're playing music, and you cannot monetize on that because it's copyright.
Oh, tribe, that ain't never gonna happen.
What working? In other words, for me as a perspective of building Elvis Travels channel, walking into any establishment that's playing music, restaurant, bar, whatever, you can't monetize on it, and you can't really communicate with your audience, basically. And I think bringing people the content to get an overview.
Yeah,
of the
you
city,
will, Donna White. I have many
You know.
videos on the San Francisco bridge when I cross over. I have cinematic San Francisco. Please just put it in the search box of the two channels. So,
Yeah, I think we have to all define as content creators what we can put on YouTube and what we can't. And adult content and music and profanity, stuff like that, it's just not gonna cut the bread on YouTube. It's just not for YouTube. It's just for personal life. So you know what I'm saying.
I'm gonna get my laundry. I'll be back.
So
Well, I just don't know.
I think-
I'm
yeah.
willing to do stuff
Yeah,
if the research is done ahead of time. My continuous nightmare is getting down there,
right,
and then there's no flow to what we do.
right. Well, doing the research is compiling the places and going from place
It's
to
got
place.
to be an intelligent map that
Right.
follows some, so you're not jumping from east
Place
to
to
west
place,
to north
right.
to south. And it's not nilly willy at that moment looking at your phone. It's like pre-planning
Right.
what you're gonna do. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I think with doing the travel channel, to show people what's going on from the outside, from the street, whether it's walk chooching, whether it's drive chooching, giving the people an idea of what it's like on the outside. And then when it comes to patronizing any business, whether it be a restaurant or a bar, nightlife, whatever it may be, most of these businesses are playing music. And like I said, you can't monetize on that. Music, also, in addition to a lot of it is adult content. There's alcohol involved. There's people are talking profane language and cursing, and music and all that stuff. So it's not really conducive to doing a channel building on a YouTube channel. So I think I have to define content. Travel content is on the outside.
How about we lost power today for an hour?
Oh yeah, we did. We lost power. So yeah, I definitely think there's only so much that I want to show on YouTube, and then there's a point where, as a YouTuber content creator, that I believe that you have to cut the camera off for personal purposes, for content purposes, for copyright policy and infringement policies and purposes, and also for just the whole overall picture of the content. You know, to be focused on a focus on the content to bring to the people, but then there's a limit to what a person can bring on YouTube and be monetizable. You see my point, right, Rosie? When you
What's
have
that?
all these businesses that are playing music, just the music in itself is gonna not allow you to get AdSense monetization. You know, so a lot of times you can't.
I had to get my laundry out before it got all wrinkled. Well, it's always, for years, it's been a problem. When I did
Right.
recorded content, you have what's called incidental capture.
Right.
You know, I'll go go to Kmart with Missy Jen, and we'll do a shopping and trying on videos of clothes, and you get that background music.
Right.
And it's like, we didn't set out to capture that.
But it's on there.
But it's like, your music ruined my video. Not my video is, you're getting paid.
Right.
You're piggybacking off my content, okay?
Right.
Now they're a little better about splitting that
Money.
50-50. Yeah,
They're
with
doing
the,
that, yeah.
people. They're doing
Exactly.
that more. So, but it's always going to be a problem if you go into a club or something like that.
It's always going to be a problem. And
So
then plus,
realistically,
on top of that,
you got to either mute the stream, put your phone away for a bit,
right,
and then bring it out again later when it's done.
when it's done, exactly. And on top of that, if you're in any one of these places,
Yeah, we had Lucky Beans. We had pizza, wings, tri-tip, macaroni salad, potato salad. We did good today. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. So if somebody has a channel that's being supported through Patreon or GoFundMe or PayPal, and you don't care about AdSense monetization, and you don't care about taking the risk of getting a strike on your channel, then somebody could have a throwaway channel and take your chances. Walk into a strip club, a brothel, a nightclub, and just take your chances, and who cares if the whole channel goes down. But when you build a channel with almost 5 million views and 5,000 videos, and you work 6 years to get to where I'm at, I'm not ready to put that all on the line just because I want to bring content to the people, because as a content creator, I'm not benefiting from that in the long run, but not benefiting from AdSense revenue or channel building. I'm not benefiting anything from it, from a business
Yeah,
perspective.
as far as the van build goes, I'm at
Yeah.
a standstill waiting for material to arrive. There's not much I can do right now. There's not that much left to do. We're waiting for the flooring. I don't even know if they've shipped it yet. So
Yeah,
know.
there's coming from Arizona. I don't know why they haven't shipped it yet. I messaged the guy. They should have shipped it. It's been ridiculous how long I've been waiting. Put us behind,
yeah, just
But,
there's only the panels to put up in the closet, accordion
Right.
door to put up and trim out the bed, finish that up, and put the top on the kitchenette. We've got all the wood's been resided on all the sides. It looks good. It's all been
Yep, we're
recut. The goofy corner, the way it didn't sit square
Right.
on it. It's all
Uh,
been changed now.
and I'm looking forward, I guess, for the video that Rosie's going to put together of the build. I guess she'll put it up when it's done to show people the before and after, and I'm sure a lot of people will watch it over time and over the years, you know. So
Top Gun, yeah, that's a good movie. I'm not sure, probably either down to Southern California or the over to the Central Valley, Judge Stu. It's fine, Julie Army Mom. Nothing's carved in stone. It's not like it's you know, it's not a nightmare here. Things are fine. Let's see, Texas strip clubs are the best. I don't know. I don't get a lot out of them myself.
no, I
You
think
know, but when somebody tells you the only thing I came here for was the brothels and the nightlife, I'm already behind. If that's the way you're going to judge a town, then I'm already sunk before I even get started. There's not the way I judge cities. I judge cities by daylight and what's going on with the beauty of them, the scenery, and things like that. So I don't know. But his criteria is the nightlife. I think it's probably an age thing.
well, if
It's like asking, like I asked Marshall, how often has Mr. X gone out on the club
Right.
scene in Chicago, and
Right.
he's never answered the question.
yeah, Mr.
Or
X
how
is in
often
his
has
60s.
Drury? I'm in my 60s too. Or how often has Drury gone out
Drury's
clubbing
gone
at
out.
night?
Now, if
The
you
answer is never. Neither
Right.
one of these significant figures has ever gone out. Mr. X was kind enough to drive me around Chicago and Lake Michigan, but he wasn't pressured about brothels or where to go in Chicago to do
Right.
a hookup.
it's not about, it's
Why do you
about,
explain that?
for example, I'm a 38-year-old.
But yet I'm held to a higher standard of
Right.
tourism.
I'm a 38-year-old man in the prime of my life, in my midlife, and you talk about a driving factor, right? I can go to a museum and make content. If I want to, I can go around and walk Chooch like you for 12 hours on the street. If I really wanted to do it, I can do it. But you talk about driving factor and motivation. My driving factor and motivation is a lot different than Rosie's
Yeah.
driving factor.
It's
and
probably
motivation.
the same as Drury's and Mr. X's.
The when you have, for example, we're catering to an audience on YouTube. They're our, if you want to call, customers, watchers, subscribers, fans. And it depends on what type of content you produce, is what type of people you're going to bring into the channel. That's just a fact of it. You know what I'm saying? So if I produce RV content, I'm going to be I'm going to bring people in that are interested in the RV community. If I produce cooking content, people or food, they're going to be interested in that. So it all depends.
But
As a content creator,
when you guys are in Florida,
right?
in these big places like Tampa, Clearwater, St. Pete, certainly there's a big club scene.
Right.
And I'm just saying, I never saw Mr. X be pressured. Let's drive down and check out the clubs and stuff. You know.
Well,
I mean, I just wonder, and all the years you were there, you know, and every winter snowbirding, and yet you didn't judge them as crappy places. And in Chicago, I don't ever remember you reviewing a strip club or a brothel or anything.
well, because my content is a van RV channel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
If
it
I
would
veer
be-
away
but what
from
I'm saying is
from that direction,
that would make Chicago a crappy town.
yeah, I'm just saying. The other day I was talking to Mr. X and Drury about your content, about
Yeah.
your channel.
Yeah.
The people, you are the content creator. you are in control of what kind of audience watches you, what audience you cater to by the content that you produce. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the audience that's going to watch. So my channel is about RVs and vans. If I veer off into something else, if I veer off into travel, nightlife, then my audience is going to change. I don't believe that in the long run that I can build a strong YouTube channel on having a channel dominated by travel. I don't think that the numbers don't show this. The statistics and analytics show that my greatest views on YouTube is RV content. I have thousands of views on RV content. And I just believe as a content creator, that's what I need to do to build my channel. If I go into travel, my channel it'll grow, but it won't grow that strong. We're talking from an analytics numbers perspective. You see what I'm saying?
That's fine. I don't have any problem with that.
So if it veers
hey,
off,
man, you do
then,
the direction you want. But I'm
right,
saying
then,
when it comes to chooching, you want to go to check out these places. Of course, the only clash we have is you know, like I typically share everything on YouTube.
Right.
And you're like, there's times that you put the camera down and you just do things for you and you explore on your own. You don't put that on YouTube.
Right.
And there's something to be said for that.
Because,
I agree with that.
Because me taking, as Elvis travels,
Well, I'm
as
just
an
saying,
RV channel,
don't snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. I'm
Right.
saying, yes, there is something to be said for that.
Yeah, for me
so
to
there
take
is a happy medium on
right.
that.
For me,
But when you have two people, like the driving force of my channel is different than the driving force of your channel. Like I never like seek out like nightlife or places like that.
Right.
But I will walk down streets that are lit, you know, main streets at night and things like that, and try to get.
Now you do like to drink a cold beer. I don't think you would mind walking into a place and having a beer. Doesn't matter what kind of place it is. But the thing is, though, is that you can share that on your channel because to you, content is content. It doesn't make a difference. But for me, as Elvis travels, I have a criteria as to what I believe is content fit for channel building. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm in total agreement.
For example, driving around San Francisco or doing a food review, I consider travel content. But once you go inside of a bar or a restaurant and they're playing music and stuff is like that, you can't really build a YouTube channel, use it as a building block because you can't, just because of the music itself, you can't monetize. And then you're getting into adult content, which has nothing to do with travel and RVing. You're getting into something that I want to enjoy personally as a human being with the camera being off, what has nothing to do with channel building. Now, that's fine for Rosie. She can share all she wants on there, but that's where I don't
think it's the type of thing that shares well on YouTube. For me, it's the kind of thing that reports well after you've done something.
To do a
you
review.
Come out and tell people how was it or what was it
as
compared to the mythology or compared to the reputation. You know, like down at Green Door in Las Vegas, it almost turned into like a comical tour. There was nothing.
Right.
There was nothing the least bit sexy about the Green Door. So it almost became
right.
I don't want to say a caricature. You know, it almost became a comedy. It became a comedy night. It was fun to report from what the crazy stuff that some people were doing in there.
Right.
You know.
I think okay. The way that I see this kind of content with me and you, we know where it's going. Reviews.
Yeah.
You might not think it's a big deal.
I'll never roll up again like I did at Mustang because there's no point to it.
Let me give you an example here. This is a key thing here that will build my channel. I have a review on Garib Nawas, which is 5,000 views. It's the #1 video on Garib Nawas on YouTube. Okay? There's people that know me. A lot of people know me because of Garib Nawas. Now, if you might not think it's a big deal to do Yelp reviews or Google reviews, but it's a huge deal. And a lot of businesses look at it and they take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know you're not going to write Yelp and Google reviews. But I think what would be interesting to do with you is to do reviews.
Because I'm not a big believer in. Most people take Yelp reviews with a grain of salt.
Right, exactly. So, say if we were to go to a business establishment besides, we could do reviews on a nightclub. Besides, say, restaurants, you could do reviews on places in a pre-recorded video, and people would watch that, and it would build a channel based upon reviews. That's the extent of what I
Well,
want
that's
to do
fine. I mean, I've never taken a camera into a
into
club
a
like
place.
that
Yeah,
before. Nor would I have taken it on the inside
Right.
of.
like, you know
Muslim.
what
But
I'd be
I'm
interested in
saying
seeing is seeing your review of the Hong Kong nightclub in Tijuana. Make a pre-recorded video
Right.
just of that place and say, hey, this is what I think about it. I think it'd be interesting, and plus, it is content that is kind of commercially viable on YouTube, you know, and you could build a channel like that. But to take the camera inside with you, I mean, you see, you couldn't take it inside anyway.
No, I wouldn't take it in.
But,
I wouldn't violate the spirit of
Yeah.
what they're trying to achieve there.
So I like to see you do more reviews of places. What you think about different businesses, not just restaurants. You could do a review of a nightclub, of a dance club, of a bar. You could do a lot of reviews. So, but I know you enjoy taking the camera in with you live. If you can get away with it, go for it. But for me, I don't think that's a building block on my channel for what I want to do. My channel is built upon reviews, motorhome reviews, business reviews, food reviews, and live content that's kind of like outside of the business, you know. And I think Rosie just enjoys the live. I don't think she enjoys doing. You moved on to the live, but I just think from
No, when I do
From,
more travel, I'll be doing more balance between the two.
right. I mean, because you could do
Because recorded content does get better traction over the long
over
haul
long haul things,
than live streams.
right?
But you can't deny. Well, you don't interact that much with your audience. I do. To
Right.
me, interacting on a live stream is the fun of it
That's-
with
yeah.
people. Because they're commenting, oh, go down this alley, or yeah, go on in
Right.
there, yeah, go up the steps there and check it out,
Right.
or I love that stuff. I love that stuff.
I built the backbone of my channel on reviews of RVs, motorhomes, but I've also done it with food. I can start doing it with different businesses. That's the way that I want to build my channel.
Let's see. Can I ask you another question, Rose? What's HCV? I've never even heard of it. I have no idea what HVCAR is. I know HVAC, heating, ventilating, and air conditioning, but I don't know anything else. Yeah, Mustang said most people in their 60s could care less about whorehouses, brothels, and videoing nightclubs looking for.
But content is content. You can still make a review. You can still make a 5-10 minute video review of what you thought about.
I
this.
agree.
Content
I
is
agree.
content. You know. You can review a place and see what you like, what you don't like about it. But Rosie really enjoys the live. So I understand where she's coming from.
Yeah, you see how heavily I interact with the live.
Exactly,
It's fun because I feel like they're walking along with me. They're seeing all the stuff that we see,
Right.
and they can interact.
Yeah. So
And
it's
it
a
makes
whole
it fun.
different approach. Either you build a channel by doing
Plus, like,
reviews.
how many times are they going to see? How many people are taking YouTube to Oakland at nighttime,
Right.
going around?
Right.
I could do cinematic Oakland at night. I could have done a nice video with Lake Merritt and the lights and all the,
Right.
all the big fancy dancy equivalent Lakeshore Drive things around there. I
Right.
can do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I like to show Hop Frog exactly what an area really is like. So as you'll notice over time as I travel, I'll be trying to reduce my live streams to one a day, except for
Right.
just popping in the morning and saying hi, and trying to do more of the cinematic and more of the recorded content and reviews.
I believe that live is content, but also doing reviews of a motorhome, of a restaurant, of a business is content. I've got a lot of content like that, so I think you need a good balance. And when you just do 100% live, my channel, I feel that I'm kind of empty in my channel because I don't have the motorhome reviews that I need to build my RV content.
Well, you're going
That's
to be
been
changing
deficient
that soon.
in that
You're
I've
gonna-
completely been, the travel has dominated my channel and content. And
Hey,
I've
Coach, how
completely
you doing?
lost my traction on
That's
on
fine.
motorhome
You'll be back to
reviews.
that soon enough and doing that stuff.
So
Yes or
uh,
no? It's only up to you to do it. I don't know how much you think you're going to get in Chicago.
right.
Tell
So
me.
what do you mean?
It's such a hotbed of RV.
Oh, in Chicago
Yeah.
with the RV? Well, I it's
I mean, the basic answer is zero. There is no, you know.
well that's the thing is that
But that's your deal.
I believe it's kind of like a trial and error. Do you see what I'm saying? It's a trial and error, you know. That's all I can say.
I like
It's,
people to do what they want to do. If you're
Right.
pursuing the RV reviews, that's great. You
I
want
mean,
to pursue
if I
like
come,
van dweller interviews and talk to people, that's good
well,
content
I don't have
too.
that in Chicago. I don't have access
That's
to
what I'm
that.
saying.
I
So
have
you're in
limited
an area
access.
that I have to wonder why you're there.
Right.
You know, it's like you wonder why I'm in Santa Rosa. I wonder why are you in a place that's so barren of the lifestyle that you
Well,
love.
because my mom is there, my family is there,
Right.
and that's my priority over my
Wow.
content on YouTube channel. But yeah, I think yeah, it's either you. It depends on what you want to do. But my channel has been dominated by travel. I haven't had zero RV content besides the van build, and if that's the way to build the channel, I mean, I've been doing that because that's all we've been doing is travel. That's my channel has changed from a van life
Yeah, we've been doing van build
van build, yeah. But when
and
we're
a
on
little bit of travel.
when we're on the road, we didn't go
In
to
other
one
words, I
RV dealership.
sacrificed my fall to do this van build.
Yeah, and also, but when we're traveling, I didn't get to one RV dealership to do one motorhome review.
Did
So
you
the
plan
whole channel
on-
changed from.
Did you plan on stopping anywhere?
Well,
Did you do the research and say, as we go up from Santa
Right.
Clara, there's a
so
place I'd like to see?
right, so
Well,
The
answer the question. Did you? No, you never did.
right, the channel
So
either
you'll gloss over that now instead of a
Uh,
recognition
right,
of your own failure to plan.
right.
Now
Now
just say right, yes, right, right.
now
What
I
is
can
the Assyrian in one ear and out the other?
I can have a choice. I can either have a travel channel or I can have an RV van life channel. I think Rosie thinks that travel is number one, that it's a number one thing to build a YouTube channel.
People love to travel.
Travel gets a lot of views,
Yeah.
but it doesn't cut the mustard on building a YouTube channel because look at the views. Go to my channel and look at all my top rated videos.
Marshall,
Well,
we're
look
not going to repeat. If you
Right, a
want
second.
to travel and you want to see an RV dealership,
Right,
you got to pre-research it on the way.
right. So
Remember how you tell me you don't just walk into restaurants that happen to be there because they're there?
right,
I don't just stop at RV dealers because they happen to be on the way of the road.
right. So
Well, don't say right. Say, yeah, that makes sense, Rosie. Yeah, right, Marshall?
right. So
Yeah, right.
let me ask you a
right.
question.
So that makes
If
sense.
I build
So what's
my
the
channel,
difference between
Yeah.
the food on the street and the RVs? Because this is all post game now telling me this stuff.
Right. So if I look at my videos and look at my channel, say on RV reviews and van dwellers, have you had a chance to see the views?
I don't know who this Serena Hawley. I'm going to give this person the boot. Obviously, they're just promoting some goofball on here I've never even heard of before. So let's put that out of here. Okay.
I'll ask you like
Alright.
a simple question here. If I do an 8, 10, 12 hour walk and chooch, if I do a restaurant review, if I walk into a camera into a bar, do you think that will get me more views than a van dweller interview or a review on a motorhome? If you look at the numbers, look at my top videos.
I'm not numbers driven on my channel.
Right.
I'm people driven. I'm interaction driven.
Exactly.
Once I discovered live streaming IRL in real life,
And that's the whole
I
way.
zoomed to the top and buoyed of being an IRL streamer. Why? Because it was a perfect connection for me.
Right.
For you, it's not. You know,
Well-
you're more, although you'll do pointless driving from Chicago to Florida with nothing to see at night. you know, or scream on the way from Chicago to
So say I completely
Prescott,
transform my channel.
Arizona. How does
say,
that fit into your long-term?
Say I completely
How does
have,
that fill into your long-term channel building, Marshall?
say-
Your witless driving videos of thousands of miles and nothing of street lights. How does that fit into building your channel?
So does it benefit me to completely eliminate the van life RV component to my channel? No more van reviews. No more.
Does it help you to have the highway videos?
The highway videos?
Yeah, where you can scream at people along the way and beep the horn. Do 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 do.
Well, I made money doing it.
Well, then there's your answer.
Okay. So
You chase
basically,
the
the
money.
live
You chase
has
the
to
money.
right. So basically, what you're saying is, in the long run, that my channel will be a monster channel if I go live. If the whole
I
my
never
whole
said
channel.
that. My channel's not a monster channel. But
Right.
am I arguably happier than you are? Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Because this is exactly what I want to do, the interaction with people, and have the people over here on the side tell, yeah, Rosie, yeah, go up that place, or look up, yeah, go up this street, turn right here,
Right.
yeah, let's go down and look at Oakland, the dark underpass.
But can that build my channel? Am I going to
I
turn
don't
into
know,
a big
you're
channel?
a different person.
Right.
But I've always told you, pursue what you want to do that makes you happy and builds
Right.
your channel. I've
Right.
never tried to tell you redirect. Don't you see we just have a difference in what
Okay.
we like to do on YouTube?
Right. If I were to go
If you were with the Nomadic Fanatic, he would never lie. He'd never go live,
Right.
IRL streaming.
Right.
Okay?
So basically,
Why? Because he's a different person than I
he's a
am.
different person. So I have to define my channel and where I'm going. It's either I'm a live streaming channel, travel channel, or I'm an RV
Hey, Kaylee.
RV van life channel, basically. And
And you want to
If
be
you
an
look-
RV and van life channel?
and if I
So
eliminate
be it. Be it.
the van dweller interviews, if I eliminate all the RV motorhome reviews, all of that.
But don't
right,
try to
if you-
change me if I go to a city like San Francisco and want to take my live stream into a bar, because that's my nature.
Right. And don't
Okay?
and also and when I want to go to an RV dealership and spend 3-4 hours making motorhome reviews to build my channel, I have to be able to do that too. Just
Yeah,
like
but you
you
got
can
to do
choose
it
for
on
7
your
hours.
own. Drive yourself.
Right.
If you're with me, I'm the one that's doing the driving and the gas. Okay.
Right. So that's
you know,
why
you tell me I want to see San Francisco,
right.
right? Now, if I'm supposed to spend 3 or 4 hours in an RV park so you can get content,
No, I mean I understand, but it's I have
I just get confused.
yeah. If I completely if you look at the numbers, I'm just saying look at the numbers of my content that has been top rated. It's not the live streams. It's my motorhome reviews. It's my van dweller interviews that have got me into the algorithm of YouTube, that have got me to become well known. It's not the parody videos that people make about me, even though there's thousands of them. It's not the live streams. It's the
Hey,
content
Shania.
that I bring that's built me. And if I take that all out of my channel, I'm changing the channel from one thing to another. Do you see what I'm saying? So
I've taken
I have to-
I've taken my people out of my usual channel,
right,
right, to do a van building, to tie up 3 months.
right,
When they're used to Friday night restaurant reviews, metal detecting, moonshining, you know,
Right.
street chooching, daily chooches around the hood and all that.
right.
I've
So
changed my channel too. But
Right.
I haven't complained about it. I've recognized the realities of the requirements of doing a van build and
Right.
still doing the best I can
right,
to be entertaining.
Yep.
Now, you are much more of a narrow casting person. You have things that you like to do, but yet you don't. You like going down the highway and putting on the camera and putting your cruise control at 54 miles an hour
right.
and talking to people on the live stream.
So what
It's
is
got
my
nothing to do with. It's got nothing to do with building a van. It's got nothing to do with RV reviews.
okay?
It's got to be because you like the attention of being on a live stream on the highway,
Okay. So how do I build my
Right.
channel into a bigger channel?
right?
Right. So
Right.
how do I build my channel?
Remember what I said about in Chinese, the needle can't be both sharp at both ends. You can't have it both ways.
Right.
How do you build it?
Yeah, how do I build my channel to
go
become
to
bigger and
Chicago
stronger?
or town, seek out the people that are living in vans. Go to the RV dealerships, review this new stuff, and keep putting it up, and you'll have great success on YouTube.
But you just said that the content, the top rated content is live streaming, chooching.
I never, for me, it is.
Oh, for you it is.
Yeah, not
Okay.
you, me. It's what I like to do.
Oh, for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think is the best for
I
me?
mean, I don't.
For me, to build my channel, what is the best for me?
What do you have a passion for?
What do I have a passion for?
Yes.
Well, I got a passion for a lot of things.
What do you have a passion for that you can share on YouTube?
The van
Can't
life.
share brothels.
No, you can't share brothels. No, I don't want to share brothels. Yeah,
So what do you have a passion for to share?
food.
There's only one thing you have a passion for. A couple things: food or RV and van lifestyle.
Right.
So say there's your answer. Go focus on that. Don't go live. Invest your time on driving down and go to RV places or finding cool people to interview.
Well, finding cool interviews is hard in Chicago. It's not something that's easy to do. That's a whole other thing.
I don't have an answer for that. I don't
Right.
know.
Right.
You know, family's important. That's cool. I applaud that.
Right.
There's not much I can do to solve that issue. I know you'll be better for, I know you've already got a lot of family in Chicago that does a great deal to look after your mom that doesn't get credited here on YouTube. It's not like without you that it's all hopeless and everything. So
If the live content had more views than van dweller interviews and motorhome reviews, I would agree with you and say, you know what? My channel is going to be dominated by live content chooching. This is me. I'm going to get to a next level. I want to become a big YouTuber. But the numbers and analytics don't show that. Look at my videos.
it's
Look at all the
fine.
top
I'm not
videos.
arguing. You've
So
made
that's-
that point 100 times.
So that's my thing.
So go to your strength and keep going in that direction.
And
But
that's,
don't berate me because I do love live streaming,
right.
and I don't give a rat's ass if at the end of the day there's 800 or 1,000 or 400 people.
Right.
It's fun. Do you
Right.
think I could do this day after day if I wasn't having
No,
a
no,
good
no.
time?
You're doing it
There's
because you have
yeah, I
fun
have a
and you have a
passion
passion
for
for
it.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah, like you have a passion for going out there, Starflight, RV, and doing the #1 review on the Starflight.
yeah, so I have a building block for my channel. And to me it's that's my success. I believe in my heart of hearts. That's my success. Because the numbers show it, the view counts on my videos show it. If the live stream is worse, like Rosie says, I might get 3, 4, 5,000 views on a live stream. There's no way I'm going to get 100,000 views like my Airstream video on a live stream. There's no way. If that was the case, then I would say, you know what, I'm giving up RV reviews. I'm not going to show the Lisa Marie on videos. I'm not going to do interviews. I'm just going to go out and chooch. But it doesn't. The numbers don't show that. And that's what I believe, what I have to do to build my channel.
So
I might
what
be
you're
wrong.
saying
I could be wrong, but I
live-
believe the numbers are showing.
Live
that.
streams for you sort of became a distraction then.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Basically, that
For me, they were like a blessing
to
to more be in front and talking and having fun.
right. But that's what I believe because
Well, I mean, if you want a lot of RV and stuff like that, man, San Diego and Southern California is the epicenter of the west of where that is in most of the year.
right. So
The number of people living in vans and living the RV life and doing all that.
I mean, now Mr. X will say I've got lucky on some of these videos and they just hit it big. That's what he says. He doesn't really give me credit that I got a lot of views on a lot of these videos, But maybe Rosie is right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the pre-recorded videos and reviews, maybe it's not the way to go. Maybe live streaming is the way to go in the long run. I don't know what really the answer is really in the long run. Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know.
I don't know. I
But,
don't know. I'm not sure myself.
You know. I'm not really sure. I mean, if I were to go out with a camera every day and do an 8 hour walk and shoot, is it really gonna grow my channel? Am I gonna be able to live off of this full time if I do it every day?
Well, you always
Maybe you're
jump
right,
to
maybe
you
you're
always
wrong.
jump to 8 hours. I've
Yeah.
never done an 8 hour stream.
Well, I mean, 4 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah.
What is it? Can I really? Is it
I
really?
mean, how many people enjoyed Berkeley yesterday, going around in Oakland at nighttime? They had a blast doing it. Obviously,
Right.
they did. They show up in huge numbers.
Right.
They love to see the street life. How many times are they going to get an opportunity to come to Berkeley or walk around UC Berkeley, the campus a little bit, and
But
go
can
in
a
there?
person make a living doing that? Can they
I
live
don't,
off
you
of it
see
full
the
time?
difference. I don't need to make a living on it.
Right.
I mean, I get enough support from kind people that it just keeps things going along enough that I can keep going.
Right.
I'm not pulling Social Security. I'm not getting a big time pension.
Right.
So I'm happy. I'm not 38. If I was 38, I'd be scared as hell to do it. I'd be out
To do
there
it.
tomorrow working a job.
That's what I'm saying. Is you don't.
I mean,
you're
I don't
not doing
have.
this for a
I don't
full-time
have.
living.
I
You're
got
not-
this. I got this sense of this drive in my head that I've
Right.
got to. I got to be productive. I would just feel guilty if I'm not. You know, if I'm in bed later than 7 a.m. in the morning or something, or even the 46 years I worked, the many decades of 5 a.m. in the morning. I think you know, it's just generations, I guess, are different these days. I mean, there's so many people that work a job for a couple weeks and then split and then do something else. You know, you see D goes from place to place to place to place.
Right.
I mean, you guys got guts I don't have. I could never do that. The insecurity would drive me crazy. And the work ethic that I was kind of instilled in to go 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 go. Um, so I give you guys are lunatics for you know, in my opinion, you got guts to do something I wouldn't do.
Now maybe I have.
I wanted to hit the road when I got on YouTube in 2013. I was so jealous of people like you being out there and live the
Right.
what do you call it? King of the free world,
Right.
out there on the road, and these people like Nomadic Fanatic and Camper Van Kevin and these people that mobile hobos and these Gone with the Winds.
Right.
These people that just chucked it all to just take a shot and do YouTube.
Right.
And I thought to myself, man, what's wrong with me that I don't have the courage to do to do something like that? Good night, Red Pill. Yeah, I mean, it's now I can finally do that, and it's really cool. So, well, I guess I don't know, guts or I couldn't do it. I'm just of a different Mr. X and Drory and I were just of a different yeah generation.
Right. So, like I said, I'm thinking about it from a long-term basis.
Well, I like that. That's
if I
fine.
completely let travel dominate my channel,
If
if
I
I
was,
let-
I
if I
believe,
let
I
this
believe
take over
that your
my channel,
channel has been.
where am I
If I
going to
was
go?
to be honest, there's a lot of mismanagement that's occurred in the channel. Okay.
Okay.
In other words, if I'm being really honest, you've gotten some really crappy advice from people.
Okay.
Okay. But to go the way I want would be taking you out of your natural persona, charisma, like you told me. I don't want to be a choir boy on YouTube. I don't change anybody on YouTube. Just be
Right.
yourself, man. I don't know. Yeah, Maryland crab cakes.
Yeah, I have to define my channel. My channel of where it's at. Am I going to be a travel channel,
Define your passion.
or am I,
Define. Tell.
or am
Do,
I an
do
RV
something
channel?
that you can do every single day. Get up and be happy doing. I think if you could talk to people like yesterday, living in vans like that, if you could do that every single day, you'd be the happiest guy on earth. Because you could overload people with your knowledge there and have them like starstruck.
I actually,
And you could actually help people too.
I actually want to. Maybe I want to prove something to you, Rosie. Maybe I want to
You
prove.
already proved.
Maybe
to
I want
me
to prove to you.
You already
maybe I
proved to
want to prove
Mr.
to
X
you-
and I that you can live 5 years in a van. I
but
never thought
maybe-
I never thought you'd last a year in a van.
Right, I've been doing it 5 years.
5 years.
But maybe I want to prove to you that I can grow my channel by the way I'm saying. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I
Good.
won't grow. But maybe I will. But how would I know unless I try it?
Good.
I mean, how would I know unless I try
I'll
it?
shake your hand, give you the diploma, and say congratulations.
Do you see what I'm saying? Now, if I go the direction of my channel being live and travel, I see that I have a limit. I might get 3, 4, 5,000 views on a video
I'm gonna grab a beer.
You know what I'm saying?
My one beer of the day.
because I've been doing that since June. I know that that's as many views as I'm going to get on a chooch. 2 to 5,000 views, give or take. I know that there's a limit to it, a limit of viewers, a limit of audience, a limit of success. But if you look at the numbers and you look at my other videos, you see how much higher views that they get. I know that that's the limit, basically. I can't get more than 5,000 views on a live stream. I think I've established that. And maybe what I'm saying is true. Maybe if I go the direction of what I'm saying, maybe it'll work.
Maybe you will.
Maybe it won't. But according to the numbers, if you look at the numbers and you see my interviews, 25,000, 30,000, motorhome reviews, 40, 50, 60,000,
Good.
100,000. So I know, is it possible to get 100,000 views on a live stream? I would say it's almost impossible. Can I get 100,000 on a motorhome review? It's possible. Because it's happened. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know.
Hey Southern, how you doing? Long time no see.
I have a limit on live stream. I don't think that I can become. I don't think I can grow my channel to the next level of getting 20,000 subscribers, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, and have 100,000 views. I think there's a limit, wouldn't you say? That
Yeah,
there's a
oh,
limit
yes,
on live
yes.
stream. Yesterday, you got 6,000 views on a live stream. On the 2 live streams. How much higher is it going to go? Than 6,000,
I
7,000?
don't know. I didn't even know till you looked it up today.
Right, so, you know, but it's experimentation. It's like saying, I know I have a level of live
Ask
stream.
me
I can,
more. Did you have a great time yesterday? And the answer is I had a fantastic time yesterday. I didn't need numbers to tell me that I had a good time yesterday.
Right.
Now
Now, if
I'm
I,
not young. You are on YouTube. You're young.
right.
I'll be long gone. I mean, and you'll be where I am in 20 years. Okay.
Right. But maybe I know my limit of the live stream. So, you know,
It does. It is a limiter.
It is a limiter. It is a limiter. So, I want to experiment with something to see.
And that's why when I'm back seriously on the road, I can't do the amount. Of course there's more recorded content as you're around. Can't go live all day long.
Right. So, I have a limit. I just believe that there's a limit. So, if I was hitting 100,000 views on a live stream, then I say, you know what? I'm going to change my channel to a live stream Chuchin channel. This is it. but I know the limit is 5,000 or 6,000 or 7,000 views. But I can't get 100,000 like a motorhome review or 20, 30,000 like a Van Dweller interview. That's my only point. So my channel has limited growth, basically with live streaming. Basically, am I having a good time? Yes, but am I really growing my channel to a strong channel and going
Well,
to the
you
next
told
level?
me
No, I'm
YouTube
not.
is a business. That's okay. I
Right.
don't care.
So that's the thing. So I just
Well,
have to
how
accept the
do
reality.
let's hit the bottom line.
Maybe I have a
Let's-
point to prove to you. What I'm saying is, I want to
That's
prove to
fine.
you that I can
Let's
get
put
more
two
views.
Let's
doing,
put two and two
Right.
together. How do we put that into it? How do we factor all that in to a trip to San Francisco? To me, it's like a jumble. Like, how do I fit it now? This guy wants to do RV reviews. I enjoy doing live streams. How do we jive that together?
Let me give you an example. Do you know Bob Wills, right?
Yes.
You know Bob Wills and Enigmatic Nomadics. They used to be one channel, right?
Start train hopping like a Stoby the hobo.
And then Enigmatic Nomadics and him split off. They
Yeah,
started
if you start train hopping, there you go.
two different channels. Now, maybe I have.
I heard the second time it's a felony. The first time it's a misdemeanor. The second time they catch you, it's a felony.
Yeah. Now maybe what I'm saying is that live streams get a lot of views. On the average, yes, a live stream will get more views than a recorded video. No question about it. There's no question about that. So that is true. But does a live stream get you in the YouTube algorithm where you have a video making you money every month and building your income and your business on YouTube? No.
Thank you, Susie.
Which video is going to hit it big? You don't know.
Yeah,
It's like the roll
Scottish,
of
she
the
does a lot of ASMR. She's big time, man. Scottish Blueberry on. She has many videos over 100K.
Right. So which video is going to hit it big? You don't know. I got one that hit it. I got many that hit it big. You know what I'm saying? But if you just if I just do say a one-dimensional channel where everything is a live stream and there's no pre-recorded content, I know that none of those live streams is going to hit an algorithm. I'm not going to get in the YouTube algorithm. I'm not going to have video making me money every month and building my income as a full-time job on YouTube.
No, they're just common pie recipes, Jennifer.
That's my point. So I have to diversify my channel. I have to have where I have pre-recorded content and live streaming. But if I let the live stream dominate my channel, where there's no motorhome reviews, no Van Dweller interviews, and nothing like that, then my channel now is one-dimensional. Now I'm at the mercy of live streaming, and I'm at the mercy of these people supporting me to be on the road, which is a scary proposition because then you're not basing
not
your
the
life
near
on
future, John. But
on your AdSense. I'm basing my life on if these people are going to support me financially to be on the road. If I have a breakdown on the motorhome, if I need gas, and all that kind of stuff. I'm at the mercy of these people.
Well, how have
So
you
that-
aligned yourself at this point? How do you feel like they would accommodate you if you had that horrific breakdown? Do you think that they would rally to donate?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. But I'm putting my eggs in one basket. If I completely let live stream and dominate my channel, I'm at the
Like,
mercy of these people supporting me
I gotta
financially.
I
to
gotta
on the
be
road.
honest. I get a lot of support.
Right.
And I gotta feel like if the stuff hit the fan for me on the road, I think people would be like the cavalry to come over the hill
Right.
to do just about anything to help me out on the road.
Right.
And man, is that a good feeling? Not that I
Right.
want it,
Right.
but you know what that does for traveling, though. If something big did happen, I like that feeling. I like
Now,
that.
if I had people
I
that
also
would,
like people. You also underestimate live stream if you're giving people good content.
right,
That they do support. They do text to speech. They do
right,
drop me occasional PayPals and say, "Man, I had such a good time on the stream
Right.
last night." In other words, people do
if I
reward
go
for content and do
Right.
enjoy it.
if I go the direction where I I could open up another channel that's not Elvis
Hey,
Travels.
Kitten Cat, how you doing? Nice to see you.
I could
Haven't
open
seen
up
you
another
around.
channel that's not Elvis Travels and do the exact same thing you're doing. I won't care. I won't even monetize it. I won't have AdSense. I won't have Streamlabs. I'll just have PayPal, and I'll take that camera with me anywhere. And I won't care about getting a strike. I won't care about getting into a fight with somebody. But I will be at the mercy of the people watching me if they will financially support me. Um, basically, I'm putting all my eggs in one basket. It's the fans. Will they support me
Well, let me
in
ask
the
you a
channel?
couple
But it's two
qualifying
different
questions.
things. Yeah.
Let me ask you a couple qualifying questions if you were to develop a theoretical channel like that.
Right.
Number one is, would you interact with people
Would I interact?
on the live stream?
Yeah. Yeah, I would interact. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, I would.
that's number one because people do want to feel like they matter on the stream.
Right.
And number two, would you have content that you wanted to show?
No, it's
Or
just
would
live
it
streaming,
be-
no content.
No, I'm not talking about I'm talking about would it just be sitting steady at the steering wheel?
No, I'm doing what you're doing.
Well, I'm bringing content.
I'm do the same thing you're doing.
Well,
but I
and
wouldn't have
that's-
AdSense. There'd be no AdSense.
That's content.
That's content. And
Yeah.
then I would reserve Elvis Travels for just.
We all know AdSense isn't any big. We need more than AdSense.
We need more than AdSense, but
Yeah,
I
of
would
course.
reserve Elvis Travels for just pre-recorded videos, for just reviews and other stuff. I would go the complete directional like you. I would take the camera anywhere. I wouldn't care about getting a strike. I put it adult content, and I would rely on the people to fund me to be on the road. They would have to fund my gas. They'd have to fund a breakdown if I had on Elisa Marie, my food.
Well, one thing I
And
would
then I'd be
agree
able
with
to go.
that
I'd be able to go and do.
that Mustang Ranch
Right.
Security said people hate it when you ignore a side chat, and I would agree that's
Well, I
not
can open
you.
up a fresh
I'm
channel
not
or-
talking about. I'm using
Right.
you in the general sense
Right.
of live streamers. Some have a tendency to just let the side chat roll when they're not,
Right.
and they want to feel like they matter to the chat. So,
That's what I believe that the channel Elvis Travels doesn't. It's an RV van life channel. But if I'm going to go to this platform of live streaming, being on the street, taking it into a bar, and doing adult content, I'm going to have a second channel, and it's no AdSense, no Streamlabs, nothing. It'll be all if people want to support that channel, to support me through PayPal, and it would be completely the support of the fans. It wouldn't be based on AdSense because you can't do AdSense. You're going into places that have music. First of all, it's going to knock your AdSense out right away. And I would go into that direction. I don't think it's good to take the Elvis Travels channel in that direction. It doesn't fit that content. That's my point.
yeah. For me, my biggest problem is finding a craft brewer that will make lager beer instead of the friggin' ale.
Right.
That's my biggest challenge in
But then
live streaming is all these places have ale, man. I just want a good lager beer. You know what I'm saying? And these people kick out ale because it must be cheap, easy, and fast to make. Okay?
And then this second channel, I won't have anybody blocked. I won't have any moderators, and I'll do the same thing that you're doing. I'll copy your exact format. I'll walk chooch. I'll walk into the bar. I don't care if I use profanity. I'll do everything that you do without having the.
Oh,
without even caring.
Sedona, nice.
Without caring, but the people would have to support that channel financially in order to get on the road. You need gas money to get on the road. You need food money. They have to cover my expenses, my cell phone, my insurance, my food, my gas, and if I have a breakdown. And if they financially support it, well, hell, I don't need Elvis Travels. I don't need AdSense. So there's only two ways to go with this. Either you go with serious pre-recorded content and have a direction, or you go through travel and the people have to fund it.
For you,
But
I think it's A.
What do you mean,
Of those two choices, the first one.
Which one?
Pre-recorded content. because you've already demonstrated over time it gives you the biggest bang for your buck over the long haul, as it does for mine.
Right.
I mean, I've done live streams that have had 80,000 views, but that's when popping on a bikini or Space Girl from Planet Triple X.
Right.
Okay? But it's not something that I would do on a daily basis. But I'm saying the streams, people, if the topic's hot enough, people do watch it in the future.
Right.
But obviously, you've had your greatest success with pre-recorded content of RV reviews
For the
of
long run,
RV.
yeah. Exactly. So it's like it's
You know,
I
so
think
knowing
doing
that,
pre-recorded is different than live. It's kind of a two different things, you know. You have to dedicate yourself to either do one or the other. It's hard to do both. It's hard to do, 4 or 5 hour live chooch and then go to a motorhome place and do 4 or 5 hours of reviews.
well, you
of
got to be
motorhomes.
healthy
You
to
can't-
do live streaming. You've got this is a prerequisite. You've got to be able to be physically able to endure. I know you got back issues and other things. I don't know if they get better over time or worse. Most people exercise and weight loss does a good job of curing muscular, skeletal issues, weight distribution, and things.
Now, if the people support somebody financially to do that, and to do it Rosie style, but I don't care about Elvis Travels, I don't care about AdSense, I don't care about motorhome reviews, none of that. I'll put it all on based upon if people want to see that content, they have to financially support that channel.
Thank you, Janet.
To get on the road, it costs money to get on the road. It costs gas money, costs food, you have insurance, cell phone, you have all that, and that's the way to go with that in the long run. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, we're almost to the point
but there's two
where you're going to be pursuing back to your touchstone of pre-recorded content that you want to do,
right,
and that'll be good.
I mean,
But I don't know which direction you're going to go. If you're going to go Central Valley, or if you're going to go down to San Diego, Southern California.
right.
You know, for me, I want to go south. I want to get down and just like today reminded me how cold it can be up here in wintertime.
Right. But my whole point of this is that there's two different kinds
Good
of
night,
content.
Toots.
There's pre-recorded and there's live, so, you know. And, I mean, it is what it is. You can't do both. You got to do one or the other. It's hard. It would be physically tough to do it, to do both, to bring content. You know what I'm saying? It's just would be, it'd be
Thank you,
lot
Stu.
a lot of two different ways to run a channel, you know.
Well,
So,
we're coming to the time of he'll be getting on the road. I mean, the rig is good. I'm hoping we can take some short-term boondocking, little ventures around,
yeah.
test it out.
But my thing of this, of realizing this, is that you know, maybe what I'm saying is right. Maybe what I'm saying is wrong. Maybe going your way, doing it your way, is the right way. Maybe that's the way to get big on YouTube. People definitely watch it. You know, I know if I go and do a church in Chicago walking, and I have everybody in bed, I'm going to have 300-400 people watching. I'm going to have people trying to call the cops on me. I'm going to get 5, 6, 7,000 views. You know. But are they going to financially support me
I don't know.
to go and pound the pavement to do that? You see what I'm saying?
I don't know.
I can do that. I can
Maybe
do the
new
same thing.
people that come along, or
But there's a
you know, I woke up this morning. This guy called Kev TV was on my comment section last night, and I looked him up, and he was live this morning in LA. And he's like, "When you come down to LA, let's shoot." You know, I'm like, all right, you know. Guy had like 80 guys on, 80 people watching. So there's another good contact for doing some chooching and all that. So
so it's an experiment.
as far as when the van build is done, I've got to have the material right now. We're at a standstill, so there's nothing I can do right now. I don't even know if the flooring has been shipped yet. So I mean, we have continued to work. I think you'll be impressed with the kitchenette. Is just about, it's ready for the counter now. It's ready for the light install on the side.
Right.
We can do all that stuff tomorrow. Trim out the back. Put the closet. Get the panels cut down. You're indicating you want to put some different vinyl on top of them. So
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. So, but to me, it's all about experimentation. I might, in my mind, say, you know what? I might want to prove something to you. I might want to prove to you that, hey, doing it this way for me is going to get me bigger on YouTube. But how am I going to know unless I
are
try
you
it?
going to prove it to Mr. X?
I want to prove it to everybody.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't single me out. You don't owe me anything.
Right. But I want, it's experimentation.
To me, if you're happy doing what you're doing, then I'm happy. If you're miserable live streaming, or you're miserable for food choices, or miserable, it's not
Right.
fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, you know. I'm not a person like just on Rosie's side chat. I'm not a person on
Yeah,
a
I've heard
panel.
of Genesee Beers from New York.
You know.
Isn't it Tribe? It's a good beer. I've had that before. I think it's from either Rochester or around that area. It's a good beer.
I'm a
You ever had
YouTuber.
Rolling Rock Tribe?
I'm a YouTuber content creator. You got to understand. You've had people on your panels over the years. You've got people on your side chat. But I am a YouTube content creator, so I'm trying to understand where do I go from here? What
Keep
is my
making
content? You know, what is my content? Where am I going? How can I get
RV
bigger?
reviews, the van
You know.
life.
But
There's your answer.
yeah, I mean, but that's what it is, you know.
I'm not sure if I'm going to get a new RV. Frankly, Stinky, I don't. The funds aren't there this year. I would like to trade up to another one, but this van won't be paid off until October. So, you know, and then I'll yeah. Rolling Rock is kind of fun. Genesee's a good beer. Get that down to about 34 degrees. It's absolutely delicious Genesee beer. Is it still the green can with the gold around with the Genesee across it there? Yep, Rochester, New York. And Rolling Rock is Latrobe, Pennsylvania, the home of who? Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna copy your program for a little bit. I can just unban everybody. No moderators.
That'd be
Have
great.
adult content.
Well, I got moderators.
Yeah.
I don't have an unmoderated chat.
Right, I don't need it. I'll just open it all up completely. There'll be no moderators, no banning anybody. I'll have a separate channel where it's completely adult content, no AdSense. I'm not gonna care about. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna take the channel down, but I'm gonna go in anywhere. I'm gonna take that camera and
That's cool.
go in anywhere and not care. But I will have to get in order for it to work that way to go all the way with it.
Hey,
I'll have
Nature
to get
Woman.
people to.
Well, understand, Tribe, it's been 20 years since I had a Genesee.
I mean, am I wrong? Is there a happy medium? Can I run your content on Elvis Travels? Or do I have to have it on a separate channel? Can I run your format?
My only content now is just rebuilding the Lisa Marie.
Right.
Because you told me when you came to the Rancho, your content will be rebuilding the Lisa Marie. I've stuck to that. I've done that. I've religiously recorded episodically the way that the build has gone. 25 sections so far of that.
Right.
Happy I got that. One final video before and after will be done, showing all the changes and reminding people.
Right.
But what has my content been? I haven't been metal detecting. I haven't made a batch of moonshine in 2 years. Okay, I haven't gone to the gun range in God knows how long.
Right.
I've been doing a lot of fun stuff in Kitchen Stadium. People enjoy watching that.
Right.
In other words, I've had to push more to the live stream stuff. And then once in a while record the video of how the van build is going.
Right. But the question is the content with me and you together. It's a big question. So if I'm doing content with you, we're on the road together, right? We have to make content. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So my channel has to completely shift and change from what it was
Would
to
you be
something
happy
else.
doing that? I mean, I don't know. For you, it's like,
I
I don't know. I mean, how's that going to play in Chicago? Because it's not that much more time here on the rancho. I mean, how does it play in Chicago is a question.
well, making content on my own is one thing. Making content when you're making content with Rosie, it's Rosie's program. If it was gonna be if she was working on my format, if you're working on my format, then I'd be doing a lot of other different things as far as content. I'd be interviewing van dwellers, I'd be going to RV shows, I'd be going to RV dealerships. The content would shift and change. But I'm doing Rosie's content. I'm okay with doing that. But I'm just saying I'm admitting to myself that
You
my
seem
content
miserable doing my content.
I'm not miserable doing it. I'm saying the whole. I'm saying that that's the reality of it.
That's
So,
a nice price for a Road Trek 170 Tribe 6K. That's a nice price, isn't it? Yeah, I like a Bach beer. Yeah.
but you have to be physically, so time wise, and physical wise to be able to do content on the road in Chooch. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of commitment. It's bringing people content on YouTube. It's a serious thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Joshy, what's up?
But with the back belt,
That those
Uh,
Chiefs won tonight.
with my back belt, I can handle a 7, 8. If I want to do a 10-mile chooch with you, I can do it with the back belt. I've already proven it and done it. So there's no question about it. I can do it and deliver. You know what I'm saying? So, but it is a different content, something for me to adjust to. I'm not used to that. It's different than what I've done over the
I
years.
think that's it, Ben. You know.
You know, it's different than what I've done over the years. It's a different kind of content, you know. But if I've got to be with Rosie and do content with her, I've got to just realize that that's just the reality of it, you know. My content will shift and change to something else.
Well, I can
So-
shift and just do reviews.
Well, I mean, that's it's like I said, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
How does that strike you?
Well, my content is different than yours.
So what are you worried about? We always do different content.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's something that I want to prove to Rosie. Maybe I have a point that I want to prove something to you, that if I make RV reviews and if I interview van dwellers and I get into the RV community, that I can get bigger than I am. Maybe I have something
I
that I want
already
to prove
saw
to you.
you have success when you do that.
Right.
So what do you need to prove to me? I'm nothing. What am I?
Well, I'm just saying,
I'm nobody.
it's when we talk about, I'm not saying that I'm in competition with you, but maybe as when you say colleagues, we're both YouTubers, we're both content creators.
Right.
Maybe it makes me feel good to show you that I'm succeeding, that I have success, that I'm
You
growing.
already showed me that you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
You
want to
see
be
a
able.
Starflight video. It
Right.
grows every month, of course. I mean, what am I supposed to? How can I say something negative about that?
Right.
Or a van dweller or a Chris Diamond interview. What negative thing am I going to say about that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. But I have to be. I mean, in other words, it's like I'm not in competition with her, but maybe I want to show my skill set. Maybe I'm proud of myself of what I've accomplished and what I've done, and I want to show people something else of what I have to offer on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Poor Kim C.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
No, I don't think we've made any progress because I'm more confused than ever. Yeah, wait till Tribe's 99-cent toilet paper review. Justin Boots, I'm not even a real life. I'm not even monetized on this channel. Okay. Good Lord, if I went to bed fretting constantly, how many times have I been monetized, demonetized, monetized, demonetized?
Right.
It's almost like a joke on YouTube.
I have. Don't you say that? Wouldn't you say that I'm a person who's competitive naturally?
Very too competitive.
Okay.
You're letting a lot of life slip by being so competitive about something so mundane as YouTube. Now I
Right.
know it's a
So
business.
if I
For me it's a hobby,
right for you, it's a
and I
hobby.
enjoy it. Well, it's an avocation because I'm retired.
Right.
I can pursue it guilt free because I did the things I needed to do in life to get myself to a point where I could feel good about doing it, and I don't really care. Kim's crying eyes. Uh,
So then,
yeah, I
the
think you're
way
way
it
too.
goes in the long run of things.
No, I think you're way too
in-
competitive about
Yeah,
things.
maybe
I mean, how many times did I even know how many people were watching the stream yesterday?
right.
Uh, it's more like, where in the hell's my tandoori chicken, right? Or where's my naan bread? Or why are you
Right.
so mad about this Mediterranean platter of appetizers?
Well, well.
It's like I'm in fear. Anything that's ordered now, it's going to be terrible, crappy. It's
Yeah, because think about it. You might not think what you're doing. What you're doing is like a job. Well, you might think you're doing this for fun. You might
well,
think
do
you're
I
doing
look
it.
like I'm not having a good time?
No, you're having a good time,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of time invested in it. There's a lot of time invested in YouTube, and what you're getting out of it is companionship, camaraderie, attention from the people. So that's a good thing. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
uh,
it's an overexposure now, only because I'm doing a van build. There's not much more I can do except,
right,
cooking outside on the weekend and baking and doing a few other things. I
right.
can't take a day to go into the shop and do stereo, vintage audio, because the shop's not geared for that right now. It's all geared for woodworking and electrical and all the stuff for a van build. Thank you, Fetish.
So with looking at it from the big picture, Rosie, what's the best audience I should cater to? I'm a free, willing man right now. I can do.
Who do you admire in the RV? Who do you admire in your space?
Who do I admire?
Yeah, who do you look at in the YouTube community that you admire or want to be like?
I don't want to be like anybody because I'm a leader.
Well, who do you admire for what they've achieved on YouTube?
But all RV channels, all
All
of
of them?
them, they're all different. And they're all great in a different way. Everybody's got a different personality. Justin does the vans.
Yeah, but there's nobody.
Bob Wells does the interviews.
Yeah, well, he seems to be the one that's closest to what you seem to be concerned about.
No, I don't want to be like Bob Wells. I don't care about. I admire what he's doing because he's doing something in the community. But right now, for example, I'm a free agent right now. I can have content. I'm free to have whatever content I want to have, right? So what audience should I cater to? Who should be my audience?
It's not that. You don't build to the audience, you build to your passion. And then the audience follows.
Okay. What do you think
Like my passion has been live streaming for the past year and a half.
So you built to your passion
that through Oakland,
I
through
see.
neighborhood walking. I never tire of it. I'm always engaging people.
Right.
That's my passion point.
Okay. So what's
Now,
my
it does
passion?
not mean that I don't go back and do restaurant reviews or cinematic videos or other content on YouTube.
So you don't cater to an audience, you cater to your passion.
Yes.
What do you think my passion is?
RV, Class B RV and van life.
So I should cater to my passion then.
Yes. That's where I think you find your most happiness. Dave Ying said just do fast food reviews. They are popular.
Okay. Well,
in other words, if I didn't enjoy doing this, there's no way I could sustain this for over 2 years now of just big live streams, whether in Vegas or Oakland or San Diego or wherever, Omaha, Detroit. I couldn't do it.
Can you do it by yourself, or do you need somebody
Yeah, I've
with you?
done it by myself. Is it fun? It's not the most fun. Most of the time I ever went to Oakland was by myself.
Okay,
Okay.
that's it. Well,
Can
you're,
I do it? Of course I can do it.
so basically, you're not catering to an audience.
But
you're just
it would be pared down dramatically. There'd be more
Right.
recorded content. Kev.
So I have a. This is my. I don't know
In
how
other
to.
words,
I don't.
I don't have
I don't
this-
know how to word it. I don't. I wouldn't say
I
it's.
don't have the solution to
I'm not in.
anybody's situation.
I'm not in competition with you. I'm not challenging you to anything, but I want to prove something to you, and what I want to prove to you is this: is that I want to experiment and see what direction I should go to grow my channel. Maybe my direction is wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm right. But how do I get bigger on YouTube? How do I become a stronger channel on YouTube? Maybe what I'm saying is wrong. Maybe what you're saying is right. So I got to try
I
different
always
things.
think.
Maybe catering to my passion, what I'm saying is wrong. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the whole point. So, but people say, can I do the job? Yeah, I can physically do the job. I can do it with no problem. I've done it. I've
choo-choo?
proved it. I can put
What do
that
you mean,
belt
what
on and
job?
choo-choo you for 10 miles. I can put, I can
But
do
are
it.
you?
I've
but-
already proven
But
it. You see what
are
I'm saying?
you happy doing it? You know, that's the difference.
I'm doing it because that's your thing.
I mean, to me,
It's-
I can
it's-
weave like history, and when I'm walking down Telegraph Avenue, I can talk about Governor Ronald Reagan and calling out
See,
the
I wanna
National
turn the
Guard and
tables-
pick out
I want to
pick out
turn
the
the
spot where
tables.
somebody got shot off the
See,
roof.
I want
in
to turn the
protest.
tables one day and bring you into my world.
It's fine.
Put you in courtside,
Let's
and
let's
put you
let's
there.
go.
and then basically,
Yeah, raise a few chickens for content.
and then basically
Buck, 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 buck.
get you out of your element a little bit. You see what I'm saying?
We'll make it happen.
And the thing is that because I'm going in your world, Chuchin is your world. That's your thing. You see what I'm
Just
saying?
because you're here, I mean, it's the reason why.
Right.
Chicago, you wouldn't be choosing.
Yeah. So yeah, but I don't have a problem with it. I've done it. I can do it. I'm not
Hey, Goldie,
crazy about it. It's not saying that I love it. Travel is fun any way you look at it.
somebody said quartzite's a dump.
But
That's pretty funny. Quartzite's a dump down there.
you know the old saying, Rosie. When somebody tells me I can't do something, you know what fire that lights in my belly?
Yeah, Sherry Ann says
Uh,
if you're not happy doing something, then people are going to see that. They're not going to give a crap.
I
because
have an
you don't.
adrenaline rush, and what I want to prove to a lot of people when they tell me I can't do something, I like to prove to them that I can do it. It's a competitive factor that's like within my soul. You know what I'm saying? And
I think you
something-
miss a lot of things by being competitive about
It's-
things.
it's-
I think you
it's-
miss a lot of camaraderie and a lot of laughs and things.
right, so
In other words, see, to me, when you
So-
leave and you're on the road again, you'll do fine. You know, you'll have hundreds and hundreds of people watching the streams and doing the same thing that you always had. It's not. I don't think it's going to be that much different. Then you're going to be doing your content and RV reviews. I don't know if Chicago is going to have the amount of content that you want. I just don't know that.
well, it's like I said, it's my competitive spirit.
Well, the next time, Matt, will be Tuesday night.
It's my competitive spirit, so I have a competitive
But
spirit.
who are you
I do.
competing with?
Huh?
To me, you're competing more with Camper Van Kevin, nomadic fanatic than me, I don't really fit into that.
I'm not-
I'm in a different category.
I'm-
I'm in a variety channel.
My,
You know, in
my
other words,
competitive,
people would enjoy me no matter. You know, if I took up Texas Hold'em,
I'm
they
competing.
would enjoy hearing how I did in tournaments. And
Yeah, my
crap like
channel is
that,
about
you know?
Class Bs. I'm not in competition.
Or if I
with
did,
nomadic.
if I took up, learning, taking a course in diffusing bombs and working for the
Yeah.
police department as a bomb detonation, they'd love to see.
I'm not in competition.
Some
with,
of them would hate the, some of them would love the day. Oh shit, boom.
I'm not in competition. I'm not in competition with Nomadic Fanatic because he doesn't have a Class B. I'm not in competition
I'm not sure, Valerie.
with Bob Wells because Bob Wells doesn't have a Class B. He's got
The
a
problem
combo
is
van.
Marshall doesn't really have an ideal travel vehicle because of the gas consumption and things like that. It's not suited in my world. It's a lot of very high speed travel, and it's covering a tremendous amount of miles and things. Now it'll be much slower this year, but it's still different. For Marshall, it costs a lot of money to keep a big Class B on the road. It's not a light vehicle, right?
Costs a lot of money to keep it on the road.
Yeah,
It costs
to
a lot of
travel.
gas.
Yeah, gas.
To be on the road.
You're getting about 8 miles to the gallon and stuff, so it's very
To do that,
difficult.
yeah. But
That's it.
yeah, you know,
The weather was cold today, Cheryl. COLD. I stepped outside this morning. I couldn't believe the way the wind was blowing. Friday, I was almost ready to put on a bikini doing the build work. Today, I needed a parka.
so what's in my soul?
Look at what Tribe said. Maybe your fans will pay to convert your van to a Tesla electric power plant.
So what is my main
Do you
point?
think that's funny?
My main point of bringing my main point is every okay. Let me give you my main point of where I'm coming from here. You know what fire and adrenaline I have in my soul.
You got to be able to
When a
laugh. You got to
person-
be able to laugh along a little bit.
Yeah,
Marshall.
when a person says that I can't do something, right? That I can't accomplish something, that I can't do something.
Wow, snowing.
I have that in my spirit to prove them wrong. You see what I'm saying?
They said, get a job and prove them wrong.
Okay, now that's fine. I've already
No, I
become
mean,
a classic.
isn't that funny? I mean, that's kind of funny, you know.
Right, right. So,
Oh, man, shoot.
and you know what? You can say, get a job and prove them wrong,
I
and
mean,
all
people laugh at me.
that.
That's
That's fine, but
at Boyd parodies and stuff. Herman. I mean, I don't. You know, my God, Marshall, it's just YouTube.
Right.
You got to
So-
laugh a little bit. It's
so-
you got to just. You know,
Exactly.
it's like I worry you go to bed at night and you
So-
grind your teeth yourself.
so
It's
let
like,
me address.
I mean,
Let me address tribes. I want to address them because you brought it up. So I'm gonna
because he
address
said something
Okay,
funny.
fine.
Convert the van into a Tesla.
Okay, that's fine. So let me address them. Give me the opportunity to address them.
All right, try.
Tribe. I want to ask you a question.
Hey,
this
Kelly.
guy rebuilds cars, right?
He works on he has his business is engines and repair work,
Engines
I
and,
believe.
and repair work.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I believe he has a garage. Yes.
so in other words, let me ask you a question. What is it any of his business if I get a job or not? Do you pay my bills? What is it any of your business how I live my life or how I make a living? Even to bring that up, is it really like any of your business? Is it like does it have anything to do with your life? That's all I'm saying.
I think.
Does it have anything? Is it
Well,
any?
I
Is
think
my personal life of me getting a job or not, if I'm running an RV van life channel, does it have anything to do
I think
with
there's
a person asking a personal question like that, right? It has nothing to do with what I'm bringing on my channel about van life. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. So I know you want me to laugh at it. There's nothing that's funny about it, or there's nothing that's engaging about it that has anything to do with my van life channel. It's a personal question.
There are some people,
that's
Marshall, that I
that's
believe would like you to get a job because they think it might be healthier for you to have more disposable income and have a more well-rounded life that you didn't have to
but
struggle.
why do I have to
You don't have to.
share my personal
You don't
life
have to.
with
But
these
do
people?
understand that some people do want you to get a job because they do care about your future and they
Okay.
do care about you being healthy and having a retirement and being able to be secure in your future.
Okay.
Don't you believe that some people care about that?
Yeah,
They're
they
old.
care
They
about
usually
that.
tend to be the older people that have had a few knocks in life, and they worry the older you get, and if the economy turns south, when the time you may want to get a job, it might be difficult, and it could be a real struggle at that point.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that if if I'm going to do a van life RV channel, if I want to make content, I don't feel that I should be obligated to have a conversation about my personal life if I have a relationship with somebody or if I have a job or not with these people. I don't believe I'm obligated to him
Well, if you're
to answer
asking for
their
money
question
and
for him.
support,
Huh?
then if you're asking for financial support,
Okay.
and you don't think people have a right to ask, well, what are you doing to support yourself? Or what are you doing to take care of yourself? Why do you need us? Are they unusual questions when it comes to?
It's a personal question that
No.
has nothing to do with my RV or van life channel. That's my answer to that. If somebody's going to live on for YouTube full time and travel, if the fans are going to support them to do that, support them. And if you don't want to support them, don't support them. But what is the point of asking
it's like
a question?
B-Wild.
How much money do
Well,
you
it's
make,
like
or
B-Wild
how much
said,
you have in the bank,
it
or if you have
takes
a job or
money.
not?
It takes money to operate the van, and getting a job might improve your outlook in general, and make your life more comfortable.
Okay, I understand that. I mean, it's just like it's like me asking him, how many hours do you work, tribe? How much do you have in the bank? Uh, why would I want to get into your personal life? Why would I want to get into? I'm a YouTuber sharing content. I have an RV van life channel, but why does it give me the right to ask you how many hours do you work? How much money do you have in the bank? What kind of car do you own? Who's your girlfriend? These are personal questions that are not necessary to ask somebody if it's a YouTuber and you're watching their channel and if it's content.
Hey, Cupcake, how are you,
That's
sweetie?
my whole point. I don't believe that I'm obligated to answer personal questions in my life to Tribe, because Tribe has never donated any money to me. He's never supported me. So why am I obligated to answer your question? You can ask. Everybody has a freedom of speech to ask what they want to ask. But am I obligated to answer? Am I obligated to answer to you? You're not my family. You're not my friend. You never gave me any money or supported me. So why am I obligated to answer your question? You can free to ask. Everybody's got a freedom of speech to ask. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I think that's fair, right? What I'm saying.
Well, I believe that you can
Everybody's
answer
got
what
a-
you want to answer
Yeah.
on YouTube, but I understand why some people ask the question. That's all I was
Yeah.
saying.
Everybody can
To me,
ask.
it breaks several ways. There's a certain percentage of people that genuinely care about you. There's another set of percentage of people that think that you could be happier in life if you did a job.
Right.
And the great majority of the people, I don't think really care one way or another. They're just here for the daily crap or whatever.
Right.
And that's the way I see things breaking down. There are some people that care.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody can ask what they want to ask, but I don't believe I'm obligated to answer if I have a job or don't have a job, or how many hours I work, or what kind of job I do, or how much money I make. That's none of your business. That's my life. That's my business. It has nothing to do with my YouTube channel or RV or van life or the content that I'm creating. You have the right to ask it. You've got a freedom of speech. This is America. You can ask whatever you want. That doesn't mean that I'm
Yeah,
obligated
it's like
to give you an
Valerie
answer.
said, in the economic climate we're in today, it's difficult for others to donate. You are young. What's wrong with a part-time job even? That's some people. I would say most people's thinking probably goes in that direction.
Yeah, I mean, it's
I think I get an easier pass because I did put the time and the years in and things. So it's a harder road for a young person, I believe, to put themselves in the position of asking people. Do I think that you have a right to on YouTube? Of course I do. I think that's the right we have in this society.
everybody's got a right to ask whatever question they want, and I've got the right to. That's my business. It's none of his business to give my personal information to him of what I want to do or
Yeah.
what if I had a job right
I
now.
found that, and that was important. That working does provide self-esteem, and it's you get a feel-good factor of being productive. It's good.
I mean, it's.
So pursue the direction you
I
want.
don't
Do what you want to
the-
do.
There's a YouTube
I've always
separates.
defended everybody's right on YouTube, but you have to
Right.
also be able to prepare for the consequences, good or bad. You might hit it enormous.
Well, I mean,
You know,
you
it's a
just-
rocket shot. Who in the hell knows? You could
Yeah.
just take off one day. How do I know?
Yeah, we don't know.
You know, we don't
but,
know.
But you know,
But older people are gonna. The older you are, I think that we're more used to the realities of hard knock life and stuff, and understand that the
but am I obligated to share my personal information? What if I got a job tomorrow, right?
oh, thank you, Cupcake.
Would I be obligated if I went and got a job tomorrow, truck driving security? Am I obligated to tell him where I'm working, how much I'm making,
No,
how many
no.
hours I'm working?
No,
Am I obligated to answer him if I have a job or
no,
not? I'm not.
No.
Exactly. I think there's a fine line on YouTube, personal life and content. I think you know, you have your personal life, and then that's off the camera, and then you have content. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 2/3. Why were you asking so many questions about D? It's not.
It'd be
your
like me
business.
asking you: Are you gonna?
You do. You ask about the rancho. You ask
Can I?
about how
Can
much
I
I'm worth.
I can ask you
You
how
ask-
much you're worth. Are you
You
gonna
do
answer?
it all the
No.
time. Everybody's reminding me.
I can ask you how much you're gonna get on your Social Security or your 401k.
401k Ray. How you doing, brother?
But you don't have to answer it. You know what I'm saying? There's people have a personal life. You just can't tell them everything. They can ask it.
Yeah, Chicago style dog. That would hit the spot. Yeah,
You know.
Tribe says if you want money from people, Elvis, expect some questions.
If a person enjoys YouTube channel content and they're entertained by it and they want to donate to it, what does it matter if I have a 40-hour job or a part-time job or if I have a job or not? What does that have to do with making content, being entertained, and having people financially support you? Does it make a difference if I have a 40-hour job or a 2-day job? What does that make a difference as far as the audience being entertained?
Bill Allen.
Do you see my point? What does it make a difference if somebody, if I were to have a job or not have a job? How does that make a difference to you as a viewer? As a fan that's watching the content and being entertained, does it really make a difference?
Just for me, I'm just going to put a wrap on this particular subject,
Yeah.
but
That's my
I'm
point.
curious to see which direction you're going to go. I try not to be overly influential about the decisions you make because I think that they should be your own decisions. I do think the only way to sustain is to be passionate about what you do on YouTube. I mean, there's nobody more passionate about live streaming than I am when I'm on.
Right.
And I've built up an audience of people that really love to see those streams.
And
Will it ever result in videos that people watch a lot in the future? Probably not. But did it make me feel good for the day I did it? Yeah. Made me feel great. Do people support the stream? Yeah, they do.
Well, and then just keep on
You know,
doing what you're doing.
Now, I'm not going to be able to do that pace when I'm traveling.
Right.
And then the demands will be more recorded content, more reviews, more overviews of things in areas that people will watch in great numbers in the future
Yeah.
and rewatch.
Yeah, that's
Much
what you
like
gotta
how
do.
to unstick 2 pieces of galvanized pipe or how to rough in a shower mixer.
I'm
valve and
trying
things like that.
to diversify where YouTube, you have live content and you have pre-recorded content. And I'm trying to diversify my portfolio on YouTube and say, you know what? Maybe if I do some van dweller interviews and motorhome reviews, some of those can hit it big and supplement my income on YouTube. And it's you're diversifying your portfolio on YouTube. You're doing different things. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
I've always
Because
done
I'm a
that
content
way.
creator. I'm not
I've
just
always
somebody
been
that's
a variety channel.
Yeah.
though. It's not like people wouldn't be surprised any direction that I went in tomorrow.
right.
In
So-
other words, if I joined the Chinese paramilitary, they wouldn't be surprised, right? Right? If I finally came clean about my
Right.
life, right, and ended up in in China, right? I mean, they'd still be
So,
be there.
Yeah, I think Rosie's happy doing her content. She should continue doing it. She's happy with it. She has a
Yeah,
passion.
my
with it.
unhappy days on YouTube have been remarkably few and far between. In other words, I
Right.
don't go to bed at night wondering how I'm going to build this or what's going to grow it.
Right.
It's like it grows with people that want to be here. Now, some people
Right.
force channel growth and it just, sub for sub and all this crap, and it never works out for 'em. Right? You just grow it organically.
Right. Everybody's gonna do what they want to do. They're gonna follow their passion, and at the end of the day, they're gonna be happy what they're doing. But I'm looking at all the other, like you mentioned, who do I admire on YouTube?
Yeah.
I respect and admire a lot of people because there's different ways of growing on YouTube. So
I mean, you said you
so-
like Camper Van Kevin and the content.
yeah, I like
he
Camper
does.
Van Kevin. I like Pandemonium. I like Bob
Yeah,
Wills. I
then
like
just model yourself after those behaviors.
yeah. I
and
mean,
that
it's
content. Get a tribe and a traveling crew and
but
get yourself a travel van. Put
but,
your RV in a place where it can be, can be more of a permanent home instead of the wear and tear of being on the road, and get yourself a van or something like that.
like I said, I want to know what my potential is. I want to know what my potential is on YouTube. I want to know what my potential is. It's been an experiment. I didn't know where I was going to get to, and I want to know how far I'm going to go. What my potential is. Maybe I have no potential. Maybe this is it. Maybe my channel's not going to get bigger than it already is, or maybe I do have potential. But I don't know unless I'm gonna try. That's also but that's all. I mean, I think you don't know unless you try. That's all I'm saying. So that's pretty much it as far as that.
No, I meant Tooth Fairy. If the money was there, I didn't mean the money is there and you can afford. I said if the money was there, because it's too expensive with the cost of fuel to keep traveling on the road and do the content unless you are just down in the Southwest or something like that. So,
Yeah.
how you doing, Rico? Well, back to the main topic tonight. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. I want to say a big congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs for and the San Francisco 49ers for providing a very entertaining Super Bowl. Watched every minute of it. Really enjoyed the game tonight. It's nice to see Kansas City with a Super Bowl trophy for the first time in 50 years. I think that is awesome. And you enjoyed the game tonight.
I enjoyed the game. I learned a little bit about the game watching Rosie, all the rules. It was a good game. We were entertained, and congratulations to the Chiefs and the people of Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah. After reviewing the play on the field, the player did not have possession of the ball. It is overturned. It is first down, 49ers. All right, everybody. It was a good game and a good night. Follow your passion. Do what you can do. Do what you could get out of bed every morning and be excited to do.
Right.
Once you discover that,
I'm gonna follow my passion, and I want to seek what my full potential is, and you know, maybe I'll be successful and maybe I won't, but I won't know unless I try to see what my full potential is.
That's it.
And you know, that's all I can say about that.
Now, as far as the van build, good night, Kim. Thanks for being on, sweetheart. As far as the van build is concerned, we're at the mercy of the materials arriving. There'll be more work being done on an area on a daily to push it to conclusion. I would still like to be out of here at mid-February. It'll give me two to 3 weeks to be on the road, which will be great, to a warmer place. I'm not against going to the Central Valley. I've never been to Modesto. I'd like to see Narce out there, check that out a little bit. But like I say, that's not taking me down to ideally where I'd like to be, down in LA and San Diego and down in that area. I think that would be tremendous to be down there. So exciting times coming. So the refs rigged that game. Okay. Poor JJ.
Maybe he's a 49ers fan.
I don't know. I thought the refs made some good calls. They reviewed where they need to and looked at them and all that. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow. Thank you, moderators, Kim C, Jen, Kit and Cat, Juice, everybody else on here, JK NoCal. Thank you, Richard. Good to see you. Good health to you for 2020. Let's give everybody a big woo.